Hello and welcome to the final episode of the year 2025 on Club Flashpoint, a monthly video game podcast where every month we play a new game and then we talk about it. I am one of your hosts, Faden Cross, and with me is...
Uncle. I am here too, and I have someone with me, and that person is...
Max. I'm back again.
I like how you say you're back again as if you're just not a host.
As if I've been consistently here all year.
Right.
I think it took me about a whole year to get over that as well.
Yeah.
And this month we played Mass Effect. Continuing our saga of Bioware December, which is the perfect month to play Bioware games.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It feels like... I don't know what it is about Bioware games, but it's a good... batten down the hatches over winter break and just blitz through a big fat RPG kind of game.
Yeah, I think a large part of it probably has to deal with the probably lining up with PTO and having a lot more time off to play a larger video game like an RPG.
We also like to play other games though. I want to ask you, Max, what have you been playing this month besides Mass Effect? Can I take a guess?
You sure can.
Is it Monster Hunter Wilds?
I have been playing Monster Hunter Wilds.
Oh. I've never heard of that. Tell me about it.
So, Monster Hunter is a game series about hunting monsters.
I think I get it now.
Yep. So, yes, I think I've been consistently playing Monster Hunter since August, pretty much every month. But there's been some other games that I've been playing alongside that. But this month has definitely been heavy on the Monster Hunter. It's because the final title update came out for the base game of Wilds.
What does that mean, the final title update?
Yeah, so Monster Hunter, ever since World, I believe, has kind of turned into a live service-y kind of thing, where they're now like adding monsters as free actual downloadable content. And so every 3-ish months you get a big more difficult boss fight to do, or a monster to bring in. Recently, it's just like an arch-tempered monster, which is like a higher tier version of a monster. They deal more damage, they have more health. They also get new moves, which is cool, and they look cooler, and you get new weapons and armors from killing them and carving them up. And they also do large balance sweeps where they either like actually change some moves to different weapons to make them flow better, give them new opportunities to interact with the monsters. So the balances that they've been doing with the title updates has actually been pretty substantial and a big benefit, I would say, to the game.
What's the beneficial aspect of it? Because so I usually hear balance changes for games like that, and I just go, they're making it less fun. That's usually my natural instinct, but I'm more than happy to be wrong.
So I would say that in a game like Monster Hunter, people tend to attach themselves to a weapon type, and like I am a longsword user, I'm a hammer user, a switch axe, a gun lance, or whatever, and it sucks really bad if your weapon is just consistently doing less DPS than every other weapon type, and you don't get like an advantage over other weapons. Like Lance is consistently the worst weapon in the game of most Monster Hunter games, and you would think that like, oh well, they have a giant shield, so they can just kind of stand there and defend against all the damage. But it's like, yeah, but so does gun lance, so does charge blade, so does sword and shield, so does heavy bowgun. They all have shields. They all interact the same exact way. They all have a perfect parry system, and the other weapons just deal more damage, like just consistently. And so the balance updates have been kind of bringing them all closer together.
Okay.
So that way you don't have to feel bad when you're like, I'm just using an inferior weapon. Because it's like minutes difference in terms of clear times between different weapon types, where it's like the top end weapon, you might be able to clear a monster with a really good build in like 8 minutes, whereas if you're using Lance, you're there for 16 minutes. So like double the amount of time with an optimal build for Lance. So they've been doing a very good job of tightening those two numbers. Like they've been kind of not nerfing weapons, but just buffing monsters so that they take longer to kill. So you're still the top weapons are still doing the same amount of damage. Usually, they do little edits here and there for different play styles of the weapons to make it so like they're still doing the same amount of damage. They just move the damage to other attacks. But in this, so like the balance have been very good, I would say, as someone who's been playing the game consistently and using just about every weapon in the game.
Now I have a question. Do you worry about the rapid decline in the amount of time you're actually hunting monsters?
Yes.
Because my thought is, why wouldn't they actually make the other weapons weaker so they take as long as the lance? Because I remember Monster Hunter hunts, they give you that 60-minute time limit.
Yeah. Yep. And in previous games, there were times where there's only specifically one quest, but in Monster Hunter 4, there was the final quest called the Master's Challenge or something like that. And it was like he had 55 minutes. And I remember I was trying to clear that one night before Generations came out. And 3 times in a row, I hit the 55-minute mark. I ran out of time to deal enough damage to kill the monsters. Whereas this game, I don't think I've ever hit the 30-minute mark in any of the hunts I've done. Save Savage Omega, which is purposefully a 35-minute hunt, and they timed it out perfectly where, like, if you're doing optimal DPS, it'll probably take you about, like, 20-ish minutes, but, like, if you make any mistakes, it pushes back that timer a lot more so that you end up taking it's like you get closer. You can fail to just losing the DPS check, which is fun, because it really does a good job of combining like Final Fantasy DPS checks into a Monster Hunter, and so the collab was very good for that. But besides the balances and stuff like that, Title Update 4 dropped the final piece of endgame grind, which is they dropped Gog Mazios.
Every time you mention a new dragon, I'm just like, this is fake.
Gog
This is the
Mazios.
fake.
Yeah,
such a good name.
They're all good.
I've mentioned that name before when you were asking about other cool names of monsters, and it was leaked early on. If you paid attention to leaks, that this monster was going to be coming, but it was just confirmed, I think, back in October or November or something, I think. And a giant oil dragon that
this is the oil one.
Big coagulated oil all over his limbs. So a cool aspect about this monster and this game is this system they added this game is you can swap weapons mid-fight, so you can equip two weapons. You can have weapon slot 1, weapon slot 2, and you can swap weapons by jumping on your mount, the secret, and then you will the secret holds your other weapon, and you can swap weapons real quick. So what they kind of made that a mechanic specifically for this fight, because in phase 1 you want fire damage to heat up the oil on his body, so that way it'll fall off and you can actually start doing damage to him. And then once the oil is gone or heated up, you want to swap to a dragon weapon, because dragon weapon is always good against other dragons. And so that's how you get your optimal DPS. And there are DPS checks in this one too, where if you don't pass the DPS check, when he does his big ultimate move, he wipes the entire party, and you only have 3 carts, and there's 4 players. So if you don't hit the DPS check, you lose, and you have to start the hunt over again.
Well, unless you run away, right?
No, because his super move is he flies up in the air and shoots a giant laser of oil and fire straight into the ground, and then he builds up a massive pile of oil, and then he slams his body into it and explodes the entire map.
Oh my god.
It's super cinematic and cool. They really did him justice from Monster Hunter 4, bringing him over into Monster Hunter Wilds. It is absolute cinema when you're fighting that monster.
It sounds more like a Final Fantasy summon to me.
Yeah, it's super fantastical, that's for sure. It is definitely leaning into the coolness factor, I would say, that monsters can have in this series. A perfect example is in Monster Hunter 4. Since he's so oily and everything, he has weapons of previous fights just stuck in his back and everything. He would previously he would have a Dragonator stuck in his back, and if you break his back, do enough damage to it, it'll fall off, and then you can use it against him to impale him with a Dragonator's like a giant spear that shoots.
I was gonna say, what the fuck is a Dragonator?
That's right. It's the big thrusty spear.
Easily, I'll say this every time we talk about Monster Hunter. It's the best part about Monster Hunter is all the names you get. This is incredible. The Dragonator. Sorry, continue.
It's cool because the Dragonator in the series previously is it's always saved for the really big epic fights, and then usually whenever you hit the Dragonator, you activate it and it connects with the monster, it always plays Proof of the Hunter, which is the dun da 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 da. It's super a big fanfare of music that sounds really cool, and it kind of gets you hyped up that you're I just did a lot of damage to the monster. We almost finished with the fight, and keep going and stuff. Well, with this game, it's all about ancient technology and everything, and one of the things they do, instead of a Dragonator they have on his back, it is a railgun. And so
what?
You break the railgun off his back, and then you attach the wyvern milk technology that the ancients made and were using to the railgun.
I'm sorry. Stop. This entire time in Monster Hunter Wilds, every time you brought it up, you never once brought up the ancient lost technology bit, nor that it's called the wyvern milk.
That is, yes, it's called wyvern milk. That's the it's pure biotechnology, and it's called wyvern milk.
That sounds mildly
awesome.
Horny to me. I'm sorry.
Yes, there's plenty of memes came out when it was all talking about all this stuff.
I need to know the dragon fuckers on the on the studio development team.
Yeah, well, it's funny too because there is a crossbreed between human creatures and then wyverns, which is the Wyverians, and they're I think like the only thing different is like they have like chicken feet, like kind of like dragon feet or whatever, and then also they have like dragon ears. But I honestly don't know too much about the lore about the game, or whatever. But yeah, the big surprise about the end location of this game is that it kind of advances the plot forward a little bit, and you learn about the ancients that you've seen in like you've seen remnants of their stuff in all the previous games, whether it's just like a single armor set or a single weapon type or something. Whereas this game, they're kind of more front and center. Like this is their main city. We found their main location and what they were trying to do, and essentially like they had complete control over their environment, where they would change the weather however they wanted. They could
Terraforming
clone creatures and use them to protect themselves against other monsters. And so it's just a lot of cool stuff. But yeah, for Gagmazios, they, instead of a Dragonator, they made, it's like I think they call it like the equal dragon weapon or something like that. And very anime name for the railgun. And you attach these tendrils from the DNA-like structure that is all throughout the area, and like twin helix-like structure that's all throughout the area, and you put 3 tendrils in, it charges up, and then you aim it, and then once you shoot it, it does like 68,000 damage to the monster because a giant damage number pops up. Or like a big super attack from a greatsword, like running max DPS, will probably do 1,000 damage. So it's super cinematic. It's a giant red laser beam that hits him, and then your entire screen just goes red and just lights and crazy stuff all over. But
hell yeah.
Yeah, you fight. Right now, the end game grind is to farm Gagmazios, get parts, and then you kind of combine those parts with the RNG rolling weapon mechanic they have in the game, where then you can enhance them even more, where they are definitely the strongest weapons in the game. There's no real reason to use the other ones, but it's like that's the RNG factor of it. They can be the strongest weapons if you get the good rolls and stuff, which it's pretty generous. So it's not too hard to get a lot of good rolls for different weapons. So plus it's fun to fight the monster. So it's an enjoyment, a pretty enjoyable loop for someone who's really into the Monster Hunter series like me.
Well, dang.
Woo! Yeah.
Do you think Monster Hunter Wilds will go into 2026 for you?
At least a little bit. We have one more tiny drop of the last Arch-Tempered monster, which is going to be Arch-Tempered Arkveld. But it might change your build by like a little bit, but I think the end game builds for base game are pretty much set in stone at this point. And I might play here and there because, well, I probably will be playing next year just because all of my friends were like, the performance was really bad at launch, and so unless you had the right computer parts that they tested this game on and optimized it for, you could be running it like sub 30 frames on pretty high end gear. So most of my friends waited until optimization and for all the content to be out so they can just play it all in one big grab. So they're going to slowly start coming back to the game before the expansion drops, and then I'll probably be playing it with them. But yeah, I played Monster Hunter.
I played a game that's like that.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah?
I mean, basically, you're hunting monsters. And
I can't wait to see what this is.
Yeah. So I mean, you're hunting monsters, you're running and jumping at monsters, you're doing a lot of Assassin's Creed move aroundery. There's some dress up elements in this one that there weren't in the first one. You get to collect all these fucked up little guys and then make them do fucked up little things around this fucked up little world. I played Middle Earth Shadow of War.
Oh, that's right. Duh, I knew this. I just could not. When you said this startup, I was like, what are you talking about?
Fake out. Yeah. I mean, you are hunting monsters.
You are.
It's a crazy. I mean, when you really think about the game, it's basically just, it's made by WB Studios. It's basically just Batman Arkham Middle Earth.
Yep.
They just give you a sword, and instead of fighting just unbelievably jacked street criminals in hilarious costumes, you are fighting unbelievably jacked orcs in hilarious costumes. And I mean, essentially the game just boils down to you running around with a second ring of power made by Celebrimbor, who has possessed a random fucking Blackgate Ranger pre-Fellowship of the Ring. Absolute nonsense across the board for the story. If you've never played the first one, it's ridiculous. It's similar to this one, except this one you get to collect more fucked up guys than before and make them do more things, like house a fort and fort it up and get some monsters and use them to defend the fort or attack a fort. And I think the key feature to understand, and the only thing really worth talking about when talking about the Shadow of Whatever games, for the first one's Shadow of Mordor, and then this one's Middle Earth Shadow of War. One of the worst named games ever.
It's so bad.
And in Middle Earth Shadow of War, you see this wonderful system that was then, I think, what was it? The Nemesis system. What was the controversy? It was like...
That it's patented?
It was patented. Yeah, it was like
patented.
this system that lets you that allows the game to keep track of these randomized characters, and allow them to pop up again in your story based on the context of what you're doing. It's just like vaguely scripted, randomized events that you'd see in any game, but this very specific system. And so you'll see a guy, an orc, on the battlefield, and he kills you, just some random scrub. Well, now he's the orc that killed that random, massively powerful ring wraith. So he becomes a captain, and he gets to lead other orcs, and he gets these new special features, and he gets strengths and weaknesses, and you can take him down and kill him and get some kind of weapon for it, or you can dominate him and put your hand to his face and burn your handprint into his face and force him to do whatever you want. Make him your slave, basically. And that's like the craziest, most fucked up thing about the game is also
it's kind of wild.
It's so fucked up. You're just collecting orc slaves and making them do slave work for you as you try to retake Mordor from Sauron. So it's justified in the game's logic because you're pitting horrible, fucked up monsters who can only ever be horrible, fucked up monsters against one another, and that's why it's okay.
But also they decided to give every single one of these orcs kind of a distinct personality.
And yes, a very distinct personality, a distinct culture. They work together. They have blood brothers. They care about one another. Like, it's proven over and over again. They care about themselves. They have real fears and horrors, and it is their overwhelming fear of their masters that keeps them in this state of eternal war and domination. But they also love poetry, and some of them make music, and they care about their appearance, and like there's
a lot of
me
doing a thinking face on this.
Yeah, they're absolutely insane logic, and that's why I've always thought the only other game that could do that specific system well would be like a Warhammer game set. With that kind of nemesis system where you're just collecting just literal demons or Chaos Space Marines or something like that. I think it would translate very well to that system, to that universe. But anyway, yeah, that's all you do. And you set up your forts, and you pick which guys get to sit in your forts based on which ones look the coolest, obviously. And yeah, that's the game. The story's ridiculous, like absolutely ludicrous. Shelob is just like a pretty lady.
Yep,
and
not pretty lady. Shelob is a sexy woman,
a super sexy dominatrix, who is constantly showing you so much leg. and almost every time you see her, the shot begins at her feet and then pans up.
I'm quite frankly offended they don't think Shelob's hot in herself.
That I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say, obviously Shelob's hot, and this is just yet again. But it's true. This is yet again, gamers ruining a game by demanding it be sexy.
Well,
which is
and
the
here's
opposite
my
of
thing.
what gamers whine about. But it's
just give her give her 8 legs, right? Keep her like hot lady, but she also has 8 legs for some reason.
Your reward is after you collect all the Shelob memories and do these ridiculous, stupid little puzzles, these baby puzzles for babies. It's like fitting blocks into the thing, like the square shape.
If I remember, it's very like Assassin's Creed 2 style.
It's exactly
puzzles.
Assassin's Creed. This game is just Arkham plus Assassin's Creed with Battle for Middle Earth or Lord of the Rings taped over it. It's just a mashup of other games that are really fun, actually. That's why it works. Like it's like just running around collecting these weird little monsters, and just leveling them up and sitting them in your forts is the whole fun of the game. And the pretty lady is a distraction on the outside. But what I was saying earlier, your reward is for collecting all those stupid puzzle memories is you get to see Shelob's whole background story, which is hilarious.
Oh shit! Do they talk about her mommy?
No, they don't.
What? Okay, I'm pissed.
So okay, here's what it is. You know how she's called in Lord of the Rings? She's called Sauron's pet. Well, that's because she was actually Sauron's lover.
No.
And that was just a nickname.
No.
And he betrayed her so that he could win over the human lords with the rings he gives them. And they wouldn't have followed him if he was still allied with sexy Shelob, the Spider Queen, who's really just a pretty lady. And so he betrays her to them so that he can give them the rings.
I hate this.
It's so funny. It's so bad. It's so dumb. Anyway,
I love Lord of the Rings games missing the appeal of Lord of the Rings.
But she's just a pretty lady until they come for her, and then she takes the form of a scary, spooky half spider lady, and she crawls away to the caves of Mordor, where she will seek her revenge against Sauron by just killing random orcs as a spider. Yeah.
Great plan.
So that's their version of Shelob. Nothing about her mother, who ate a tree.
Her mother who ate a tree is a great description of Ungoliath.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's what I played. It's fun to collect orcs and not think about slavery. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. Just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Don't think about all the implications happening here.
Yeah, a second don't think about it game for me to play this month.
Oh, God.
Yeah. What did you not think about, Faden, while you were not thinking about Mass Effect?
So, while I was not thinking about Mass Effect, I felt the urge to play a game that I played a long time ago and absolutely loved. I started The Godfather, the video game.
Oh. So another sandbox open world game like I was playing.
Now, here's the thing, though. My friend, August, told me, hey, you're playing that, but did you know there's a Sopranos video game?
No, there's not. What?
So the game I actually played this month is The Sopranos Road to Respect.
What?
Is it for the Game Boy Advance?
No, it is for the PlayStation 2.
I have never heard of this. What?
I am posting some screenshots in our production chat, so you can peruse these while I'm talking about this game. So God. This is made by 7 Studios, which I don't know what else they made.
Max, have you seen Sopranos?
I haven't, no. But I've
but you've seen memes. I know you've seen memes.
I've probably seen the majority of the show through YouTube Shorts. So
yeah,
you should watch that show.
It's
It's interesting
it's
to
so
me.
funny.
So
It's
this
the
game
funniest thing.
takes place between the 5th and the 6th seasons,
Okay.
and it centers on Big Pussy's illegitimate son, Joey LaRocca,
Okay.
as he works his way up to the through the family and gets made. And I thought this would also be open worldy, just assuming because mafia crime game, you know what I mean?
Sure.
This is a mission based beat 'em up game
Wow.
where you basically go to a level and get someone says something awful to you, or you say something awful to them, and then you fight in like a little brawling like 3D environment.
So this is a game made for the people who completely misunderstood The Sopranos.
So
Amazing.
yes and no at the same time. It's so
unless the
weird.
whole thing is a secret joke, because then it would work perfectly.
Yeah, it definitely is made with the like only the crime stuff in its mind. It has no room for the
Okay.
domestic stuff. Like Carmilla doesn't show up at all in this, which I think is a big crime.
Oh, tragedy.
However, Tony Soprano shows up, Chris shows up, Silvio shows up, Paulie, Vito, fucking Big Pussy shows up as a ghost that, like, every time
No,
you're looking at a
what?
mirror, Big Pussy's just like,
No
hey,
way.
they may have killed me, but I'm really glad you're working with my friends, son.
If the game was good, he would have showed up as a fish.
You know what? You're right. If the game was good, he would have showed up as a fish. It's really weird, like, at the end of the game, getting initiated into the family, and Big Pussy just goes, I'm so proud of you.
Amazing.
I'm like, they
That is
killed you, bro.
amazing.
So silly.
Yeah. Also, AJ Soprano shows up. You do a lot of missions with AJ.
Is that the
kid.
character who's in the screenshot? I'm throwing a rave with my buddy next weekend.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
That's a great screenshot.
Every actor reprises their roles.
Wow, that's I love
rare.
this.
It's amazing. James
I feel like
Gandolfini is the only one who has it.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
feel like this is like that makes sense though, because like I feel like a lot of the cast of this show didn't understand the point of the show. This is amazing. I'm so glad you've shared this because I need to watch clips of this now.
Oh, it's a train wreck. The
sounds
man who
horrible.
plays Joey is Kristen Milan, who was second runner-up to play as Chris in the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
And he does a fairly decent job.
Yeah.
You can play Texas Hold'em with the boys,
Yeah,
which is great.
Okay, I see that screenshot now. Nice.
That's one of the good parts of the game, is playing Texas Hold'em with everyone. God, it's a really bad game. It plays like shit. It doesn't make any sense. You keep unlocking like combos and attack abilities that like don't matter. Hitting people is you will get a wide reaction of different animations when you hit someone, and it's impossible to predict what will happen next. I don't think blocking's a thing. Maybe you can block. I couldn't figure it out. You can shoot your gun, but shooting your gun doesn't kill anyone instantly, and you lose respect. If you lose all your respect at any point, a brief cutscene will appear where Joey is on a boat, and he's hold up his hand. He's like, "Please don't shoot me in the eyes." And then Tony and Paulie just like unload into him.
This sounds like if Chris's character pitched a video game instead of pitching a movie. This is the video game he would pitch. Yeah, you gotta keep your respect up. You gotta give him a respect meter.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
The first mission you do is you have to walk around the Bing and get everyone's deli order.
Nice.
It rules. I mean, of course, you have to occasionally beat up people who are harassing some of the girls or harassing you for whatever reason because they're drunk.
Do you harass the girls?
No, you're dating one of them.
Okay, so again, this game does not understand the point of the Sopranos. Because you should be dating like 2 of them or 3 of them.
Yeah, it's a strange thing.
Yeah.
I highly recommend looking up cutscenes for this thing if you like The Sopranos.
Yes, absolutely. I think I have to.
But my favorite bit is the bonus movies. The bonus movies are these really strange, like, videos of the actors. Now, some of them range from, like, Big Pussy's actor saying a line, and that's it. It just, like, cuts. So, like, it just has a video of him just saying a line, and then it cuts. Another is Paulie's actor not putting on the headphones and saying, I'm not dealing with this shit. And he was recording his lines like, I got a fucking headache.
Very cool.
The Vito actor says, say what you will about my guy. He may suck dick, but he was never a rat. Unhinged. And the best one, though, is a legitimately good one of James Gandolfini and Kristen Milan doing a scene together. And just watching James Gandolfini do the lines, you go, oh, shit, this man should have been a voice actor, too. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He just had such a magnetic force of personality. Truly a theater actor who could bring it.
Yeah.
Damn shame.
Damn shame. See, that's what I'm saying. What you're saying about like what the Vito guy said, though, like I feel like the actors didn't understand. Like they didn't get the point of what they were doing. Like you see interviews with them, after the show, and they feel like a lot of them seem to feel the same way about the show. Like a lot of people feel about the show. Like I like the cram parts. I like all the crime, and I like the respect. Like that's.
Right.
Yeah, we really were just like those cool mafia guys, weren't we?
They really did get tough guys to play those roles, too.
Yep.
I was thinking about the Silvio actor. Oh, my God. I clicked on his Wikipedia page, and I was not expecting his, like, article image.
I need to look it up now.
I just sent it to the production.
Oh, yeah. That sounds about right for me. Yeah. Hollywood, baby. It does that to you. Yeah.
Just wearing this wild headscarf and red glasses and leopard print suit.
With like a paisley undershirt and that doesn't match the suit.
And 8 buttons undone.
It's awesome.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for you, Steven Van Zit. Or whatever. Zeet.
Well,
so yeah, I played Sopranos: The Road to Respect.
I respect you for that.
It was a bad game. Nobody should play it. But it was very funny.
Awesome.
That's just cool to find out that that's a game. That's people spent time making that.
Yep. I'm really going on the I didn't know this game existed trend towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
Should we get ready to talk about the big one, the Mass Effect?
Yeah,
let's
I'm
talk
ready.
about it.
Who would like
Yeah,
to do the elevator pitch? Because at Club Flashpoint, we do a elevator pitch where one of us tries to describe the game in 30 seconds, where we're trying to pitch the game to someone. I haven't done one in a while.
Oh yeah, no, you can do it. Then yeah, that's a good point. I always forget that you can do them too.
Yeah, I'm allowed to. It's just usually we've been having
I'll
guests
allow it.
recently, so it's always fun to make them do it.
Well, I'll allow it. You can do it.
All right, who wants to do the timer?
I'll time it. All right. We're in an elevator, and you need to pitch me this space game you've been talking about. You got 30 seconds. Go.
Sexbot. So what if you have a really hot alien lady, and she was super into you, and you had other companions who were also really hot, and they were also into you, and they were into you because you were the galaxy's best cop. And not only a regular cop, but a cop who is allowed to do whatever the hell they wanted as long as they get the job done. Travel around with your fascist authoritarian bird person friend, or join up with a mercenary who thirsts for revengeance and trying to cure his species' plague.
Wait, stop. Sex and cop? I'm
Yeah.
sold. Sex space cop.
Sex space cop.
Let's just call it that. Sex space cop. Wow. That's basically how I would describe this game. That's not at all how I would have thought about it when I first played it as a kid. And I think that's going to be a theme tonight is when I played this before, this was a very different game in my brain. But
Yeah, do we want to talk about our history with this game?
That's a good. That's a
give the general
BioWare month theme. That's a thing to do. Yeah.
You know, Mass Effect developed by BioWare. Came out in what, 2006?
So I would say there was a long period of time where this game was like 2007, I think. This game was very important to me.
Yeah.
It was
same.
like so I saved up all the money I earned and or was given for Christmas and birthdays for like 2 straight years without spending any money so that I could buy my own Xbox 360, and this was the first game I bought.
Hell yeah.
I think it was like 2008 when I got my Xbox, I think, or late 2007. And this game was pretty recently out. And I had my eyes on it forever. I had read the issue of Game Informer that first like announced the game 100 times over. It sounded so cool. I was so excited. The people who made Knights of the Old Republic. I got the game, and I had once played it. I had rented it briefly when I was staying with a family friend who had an Xbox 360, and I had played a little bit of it, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's a whole universe, new aliens that I've never heard about that I can become a lore nerd about, and like a whole new set of sci-fi physics and rules and magic kind of, and an external threat that nobody really knows about that we could learn about over years and years of games. This is so cool. The choices you make and your decisions matter. And when I finally got it, like owned it, I played the shit out of this game. It seemed like the biggest, most amazing game in the world. I felt so smart and clever playing it, and like a real grown-up man. And I was like, a middle schooler. And it felt so adult and mature and intelligent to me. And wow, I'm a super spy. That's what I thought. Like I'm like a spy, I'm like a spy who's saving the galaxy guy. That is not what you are.
Narrator voice. That is not what you are.
Yeah, and it is not a mature story by what I would how I would describe it today. It's really dumb, and you're really dumb, and I felt dumb playing it again. But I laughed a lot more. Than I like the first time through. First time playing this as a kid, I took it so seriously, and this time through, I played it for laughs, and I got those laughs. It was anyway. Yeah, that was my history. Max, what about you?
So growing up, I had my brother bought this game, and around the same time, they had stopped playing another game, which then I picked up, which was KOTOR. And so while they were playing Mass Effect on the side, I was playing KOTOR. And then after Mass Effect 2 came out, I played Mass Effect. And very similar. It felt like, man, I wish there was more KOTOR to play. What if I just went to a different universe where it could feel similar to that? And I mean, honestly, it's going to be the same exact thing. It felt cool. I was a hero. I was saving everybody. What are these stupid idiots getting in my way? Do they not understand? I can save us, and I am the one that will do this. They need to get out of my way. I make the right decisions. I'm clearly still progressing, so that means I'm doing the right thing. And wouldn't you know it, when the game's over, I was the one that did everything, so that means I was making the correct choices.
I had a dream about it. Why won't they listen to me?
I remember that part in the when you're like making your case. I'm like, all these options are so stupid. Why would I say any of these things? Like I'm supposed to be like coming back with good reasoning of why I should be a no holds barred cop for the universe, and these are my responses to be like, but I had a dream, and you're not gonna believe me.
Or you could just do the right thing and say, fuck you, fuck this, fuck all you guys, you'll never listen to me.
Those were all of you're right, it's gonna be the theme of this episode. It's just be like, holy crap, it's a completely different lens back then when I was using when playing this game. And it is really it was a little sad because I was like, oh, this game sucks.
When
I was playing it this time around.
It's crazy how much games change, because like I've always been perfect, so like it's like as the games get older, they're not as good anymore. They kind of rot, you know.
It's definitely it's really interesting how many years passed of playing other games and other games that have like built upon, like, say, Mass Effect, or just other genres of games that have been really more interesting, to then go back and play it. So I'm like, damn, it really was just like 4 locations and then the ending, huh? I thought it was a lot bigger than that. And
right.
And
it turns
out
tons
it's just
of
that
locations.
There's
so many locations.
It's just I wasted so many hours of like clearing an entire map on the Mako and then dying, and then I'm like, well, I don't want to play this for another 2 more days before I forget that I did all of that.
Faden, what's your experience with this game?
So I played Mass Effect at a friend's house. They rented it. I played it. Thought it was the most amazing thing ever in middle school, high school, something like that. And I didn't play it at all until I played Mass Effect 2. And I only got to play through one fully after it came out for, I think, PS3.
Okay.
Interesting.
No. I played it on my PC. When I got my laptop, I bought it. Played it before 3 came out.
So you beat 2 and then went back and beat 1.
Yes.
Interesting. That's weird.
It is.
That's a weird way to pick up the story.
And it's crazy because like there's such different games.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are. And it became my everything. So I didn't know of Star Trek, and
I feel like this game would hit super hard if you don't know Star Trek.
I'll tell you what, it does when you're a kid and you don't know Star Trek.
Yeah.
And so I completely fell in love with this world, this series. I was heavily invested. I was a huge Femme Shepherd person. Still am in some ways, not in others. And just, I replayed this game when the Legendary Edition came out. And this was post me having an actual ideology on the world.
Yeah.
And I went, oh no. Oh no. This story here, we got a fucking problem, don't we?
Yeah.
We got a problem on how every single alien is a representative of their race.
Yeah, it's like somebody was like, Star Trek's okay, but there's just not enough war and racism.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It's like they all took the TNG Ferengi episodes as the the heart of how to make an alien race.
Right. It's worse than Star Wars races. Because like Star Wars does that too, right? Where like every member of a certain race will have just like a certain like Wookiees just are that way. They just have that Wookiee personality,
Wookiees are good mechanics naturally.
Yeah, Gungans are just naturally hilarious. Like
Gungans are naturally goofballs.
Like that's just the way it be. But this is that cranked up to 11. Like it's wild. And I did not see that at all the first time I played. Like as a kid playing through this trilogy, I don't think I thought about that once. And
for me, I was Star Wars pilled, so it seemed fine.
Right, me too. I was also coming at this from a Star Wars perspective, and like a D&D perspective. Like, yeah, races just be that way. Not really understanding what that implies, especially. Yeah, I don't know.
Look, Krogan are just naturally breedable and warable.
Yeah, it's a racial trait. They murder people, they take things, and they don't really care about learning.
You ever see a Krogan scientist?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just incapable.
The Solarians are all just nerds. They're all nerds.
They're all the most evil nerds possible. Solarians are tech
mad
bros.
Scientist nerds. Yeah. Yep. Like what? And they do. I think the developers did say they wanted a species that was like the gray aliens. Like people's hallucinations of aliens here on Earth.
Great design. I will say this: I love the designs of most of these aliens.
Oh yeah, I
Art design.
think that's when I go back. If I'm trying to do apologia for myself as a kid, it's really this is aesthetically a cool universe. Like interesting, unique design of weapons, of technology, interesting dumb sci-fi logic for the Mass Effect. That like there's this thing called Element Zero, and when you run electricity through Element Zero, physics breaks. And that's how we do. That's how you do the Force. Here. Yeah. It's also it gives you Force powers. Yeah, it's great. Simple. Explain all nonsense sci-fi physics through
one of the best parts of this
material.
Game. The Codex and the Codex man's voice.
Yeah.
In-game Wikipedia.
In-game Wikipedia narrator by like this really good narrator.
Yeah.
Shout out to that
Solarians.
Guy. Yeah, that was where I found the most enjoyment in this playthrough. Was just Krogan. Being like
the Geth,
dying in the Mako, and then being like, I don't want to play this anymore right now, and I'm just gonna open the Codex, and then just sitting back with a thing of popcorn and just listening to the Codex,
or trying to survive the boredom of the Citadel, the mandatory Bioware first area that's too long and super boring,
and also the run. If you're playing non-legendary edition, the run speed is the exact same as the normal speed.
That's right. Yeah.
But I
guess what version did you all play?
Legendary.
I had never tried the Legendary Edition before, so I tried it this time around.
Okay. Legendary changes a good amount.
It does, quite, especially for combat, right?
Yeah.
Balancing.
I will tell you, I found it like Mass Effect 1 was the combat was very boring with the Legendary Edition updates. Like
easy.
It's easier, like it flows better. But the game wasn't built with that combat system in mind, so you can just blitz your way through everything pretty easy, and combat becomes very samey also, in that Gears of War style third person shooter system. So yeah, it actually it made Mass Effect 1 easier and therefore worse. Yeah.
Yeah,
the jankiness of the old system is kind of, I don't know. That's where the fun, quirky challenge of the weapons systems and the I don't know. It's weirder, but it works better, I think, in the old system. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it just makes the the level up system. Honestly, the XP system with maybe I'm misremembering how it was without legendary, but before if you just go around and do all the Mako missions, you get 10 levels of XP that you haven't seen your character use any of these new abilities, and so you'll go from being on the Citadel, and then the combat you have there, and then you go and you can do all the Mako missions, get infinite XP. And then when you go to do your first real mission, you have almost all of your abilities maxed out. You just started your adventure. It was real bad. It made me think before without remembering that the legendary has differences in the combat. I'm like, how did I ever have a time where I was like, oh, this fight's really hard, Matriarch Benezia, but
that's a
on
fight.
the hard difficulty. You can just get one shot sometimes, but. I did download a single mod, which is infinite stamina sprint on Citadel, so you could just sprint the entire time. And because I'm like, that is nonsense. I am not going to deal with the extra hour of walking around that is required to do everything in the Citadel before you leave. So if you want to do everything, and so
I always just whipped out my pistol and would just shoot everywhere and be like, yeah, fuck you, I'm a Spectre, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, bam, 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 bam.
I
Nobody
love
can
being a
stop
menace
me.
to society.
Shooting my gun on the Citadel, fuck you, yeah. I leaned into the role playing because I was going for a Renegade Shep. At least I was trying for Renegade Shep. But should we talk about the loose outline of the story? Like, what is Mass Effect?
No.
Yeah.
So do you want to give us the overview of the story, Uncle?
Yeah, so you start out, and I do love this, the very opening of this game is you creating the profile for Commander Shepard.
It's very good.
Your medical records, because you're looking in on this Spectre candidate.
Well, your service record for the Human Alliance military.
Yes. So no matter what, you were a soldier. And you get to decide maybe you were born on Earth, on the streets. You're some kind of street urchin. Or maybe you were a colonist and your colony got attacked by slavers. Or maybe you were a spacefaring kid who grew up on spaceships or something like that. And yeah, then you get to choose your service record. Like, were you the bloodthirsty murderer who did whatever it took to achieve the mission? Or were you a war hero who rallied a heroic defense, I think, or something like that? Or were you a lone survivor whose entire squad was eaten by worms? And then you choose
big
your
worms, we should
class.
say, not like little earthworms.
Yeah, big worms.
Yeah.
Big
It'd be
worms
so
with praying
funny, just
mantis
a
arms.
little tiny worms.
Little tiny worms dumped on our colony, ate everyone.
Yeah.
And then, that's how you start.
Should we say what our
And-
shepherds were like? Or do you want to give the overview still?
No, I chose I was going for like a really aggressive character, so I just went for Earth Shep, street urchin, street gang kid who was rescued by the Alliance, so supposedly, and then I chose the brutal hardcore motherfucker who led a squad of soldiers to murder every single slaver on this one asteroid or something like that.
Brutal hardcore, aka murdering slavers. Which, if that doesn't tell you what the
Awesome.
politics of this game is already.
Exactly. And then I chose Vanguard, the in-your-face shotguns and biotic powers. So you're a battle mage.
Max?
What about, and Femshep. I went Femshep, and I went for Renegade, but we'll talk about morality later.
My shepherd was the nice person that didn't want to break any of the rules and thought that specters should be outlawed because nobody should have this much power and free reign to do whatever they want. So definitely being good guy throughout. FemShep. This is actually the first time I'd ever done FemShep, and I'm like, holy crap,
it's much better.
The voice acting is so much better.
So much better. Which is like the best reason to play the male shepherd is if you want your super duper space cop who doesn't have to follow the rules to be voiced by an absolute dork. Like,
yeah. Full respect to Mark Meir. It's a hard job out there.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's a great voice actor. Just the
doesn't
wrong
fit.
Delivery.
The wrong. I don't know. Like, there's something wrong with that performance. It's
Well, especially when he does the renegade actions, it really feels wrong.
Oh yeah.
That with the jankiness of like the animations at times where you go to punch someone, it's like it just feels so silly because then like you'll do it and everyone's like, whoa, and like moves back a little bit, like, can't believe you did that. But the reactions are just so hilarious from previous Renegade runs that I've done. It just seems so silly at times. Where you can never really take any of the Renegade options serious.
When you're
like, playing as the male shepherd.
When he's being super romantic too, it's also very funny.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah, no, FemShep. I believe I did the Spacer option. And she was the lone survivor, and so she's like, she knows what like heavy loss is, and she's got PTSD, and she's like, war's bad and doing bad things is bad, so I'm gonna be a good person. And so all the good person options. I never was greedy when it's like if there was the option to like choose for no reward, she would always choose no reward because she's a goody two shoes.
Oh my god,
that's exactly how I played it as a kid.
Yep. Really?
That's how I play every game as a kid.
I was good person, but I'm like,
but as a guy,
I kind of want the reward for this though. I kind of did something for you. Scratch my back now. So I was always good option, unless the good option meant I'm not going to get a reward. I'm like, fuck that.
I always liked playing as a woman shepherd from the start. I don't know if that says anything about me, but I feel like it might.
Maybe. I've definitely always played male characters in any of the RPG because it's like it was very much for me and who I identify was like it's definitely a self-insert for trying my best to do a self-insert in most RPGs that I would play.
Yeah. I think it was because
I always identify with the males.
It was because I'm just putting myself fully out there for embarrassment. I had a crush on Caden.
Wow. That is
I know.
embarrassing.
That is embarrassing.
That's funny. So like this was
especially
like
when Liara's there. It's so funny.
This was one of the only RPGs or games where you could be a girl ever that I didn't choose to be a girl. And I can't exactly put my finger on why. I think maybe because when I first came to this game I was at my most aggro. Like my most aggro boy puberty. Like I had just hit puberty, like the very end of middle school, basically, very beginning of high school, and I was, I don't know, I also was like, I didn't like the design of the FemShep for some reason. It really bothered me. And I know you could change it to make it look like however you want, but I never was able to make characters look good without using the presets.
None of the characters look good in this.
The presets are all insane.
Yeah.
They are all, but like, I mean, specifically for Shepard, all of the presets for this game are insane, except for like regular FemShep actually. But
that is something
I now like that design, but for some reason I did not. I thought she looked scary.
The preset base for Mass Effect non-legendary is not that Shepard. It's a blonde lady.
Really?
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I never chose that because I think you're right. I think it was Mass Effect 2 that kind of made redhead Shep.
It was actually 3.
Really?
Yeah.
It wasn't until 3 that was okay. Well, whatever.
They did not advertise FemShep at all until 3.
Okay. Well,
which is unhinged.
That makes sense for my memory now, but because I'm thinking of all the posters and stuff for Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, it's the Omniblade fucking poster.
That's exactly what I'm
thinking
I'm
glad is not in this game. The Omniblade.
Yeah. But yeah, I damn, yeah, I always played Guy before. This is my first time playing FemShep, and it was so much better. I'd seen lots of clips of FemShep, but especially like Renegade FemShep is awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's evil, but it's also
just so evil.
Performed wonderfully.
Yes.
She is a stone cold killer.
Yeah. Bad
also
bitch.
just the most unpleasant person ever.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, the worst member of a tour group, because like we'll stop and ask like, "Hey, can you tell me about everything here?" Oh, also, you're a Solarian. What are Solarians like?
Yeah.
Tell me about your people.
What's your job? Yeah. What about you? What's your job? Like every single person you meet. What do you do?
That's such cop behavior, though.
What are you? Yeah. What do you like?
So what are you doing out on the street today?
Yeah.
I named my shepherd Feminized Shepherd. Her squad, when she was in training, called her FemShep for short.
Nice.
I did the. I decided to try to play her as emotionally scarred as possible, which you can actually do for a bit until the game starts getting into the main story, where those options kind of close off.
It forgets that you made choices in the beginning.
Yep. And I will say this is the best Mass Effect game to consider those options.
Yeah, it really does feel like the later games. It's just like, well, do you want to be red guy or blue guy?
Well, and it's more reflective on the choices you made in the past as opposed to who Shepard is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to hit the continue the overall story?
Yeah. Overall story. You're this soldier. You've created your character. You are on a training run on a top secret super spy ship. And I think that's where it really, as a kid, I was like, this is a spy game. You're a spy because you're on a spy ship for the
stealth
military.
mode.
Yeah. Which I did like, oh, it's not a stealth mode because it has a cloaking device. It's because it hides its heat emissions. I was like, that's so cool. Sci-fi.
Again, me not knowing Star Trek.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I knew some Star Trek, but I wasn't nearly as into Star Trek as I would become in college.
Yeah.
I think in the later games you actually do get like a cloaking thing, don't you?
Do you? I don't think you do. You get like a weird shield thing.
Maybe it's the weird shield.
You get a stronger shield. You upgrade your guns. You upgrade your armor plating, but I don't think you don't get invisibility.
Because that's not real. That's just science fantasy, not science reality.
Cloaking panels on the ship.
But, yeah, so back to science reality, you have to go to this planet, and a good test for whether or not you'll be a good candidate for galactic super spy who can literally break every rule and doesn't have to to hold account to anybody or anything. You just get to break the rules forever and do whatever you want. You get access to all kinds of nonsense.
Well, the Spectres do have to account to the council, but they're pretty fine with everything.
I mean, that's what they say, but then you can spend all your time just saying "fuck you" to the council, and then they won't kick you out, and you're a brand new member, like as a trial candidate, basically. And you can literally ignore them. You can hang up on them every time they
Best
call
part
you,
of the game,
and they won't kick you out. Like
so funny.
So you can basically just do whatever you want. Anyway, as a candidate to be one of those guys, the first human ever, because the humans are the newest race to hit the galactic scene in this story. This
26 years.
Yeah. So basically, just your lifespan so far, and the mission is there's a new ancient alien artifact on this human colony on the outskirts of our territory, and you need to go pick it up. Go get it. And you get there, and what do you know? A giant, scary octopus squid robot ship has come all the way down from orbit and is destroying the colony, and it's an invasion of robots. It's the Geth, this race
Geth.
of artificial intelligence constructs that were banished beyond the Perseus Veil for hundreds of years, and they haven't been seen outside the Veil. But here they are, attacking humans and impaling them on massive robot spikes that turn them into cyborg zombies. It's awesome.
It's sick.
The husks are so scary, and I thought that was a sick design. The Geth are these horrifying Pixar lamps with arms and legs.
Again, I like the aesthetics of this game.
Oh,
I like
no,
how
I
pulpy
love
it
the
is.
design of the
and I
Geths.
feel like it loses it in the next ones.
Oh, and something we haven't mentioned yet, the soundtrack.
Amazing.
Mwah. Chef's kiss. So good.
Yeah,
It's
Jack
such
Wall,
an
Sam
iconic
Hewlett.
Sci-fi, synthy.
It's very 70s and 80s electronic music.
So good.
It's really good. And you go to this planet, and the robots are killing people, and you fight those robots, and you get to punch a man with autism in the face, and
Fuck, that's right.
You get to yell at a man for surviving this holocaust of robots because he was taking a nap and got lucky, and you get to be mad about that. And scream.
This game
at
has
him.
thoughts. This game has thoughts about labor,
Yeah.
about mental ability.
And everybody on your team is mad too. They're like, you survived because you were taking a nap, because you were lazy?
Coward.
Should we even let him live at this point? Like, that's the attitude everyone has. And this guy's like, oh my God, I got tired. I'm sorry.
It doesn't help that the galaxy's worst woman is on your team at this point, too.
Ashley.
Oh, Ashley.
My God.
Oh, God.
Such an easy choice to make on Vermeer. We'll get there. Anyway, so you get to the end of this road of fighting robots, and oh my gosh, the chicken man that was supposed to be supervising me got shot by this other chicken man. And they're not really chickens. They're more like metal-skinned bird people.
Yeah.
With mouths that are like a compromise between humans and the elites from Halo.
Yes,
Anyway, your guy got shot by another guy who's a little more cyborgy. And boy, does Saren shoot him. And that's the other guy. And so you find out that
I also have to
bombs.
say, it's very funny that the Spectre that gets shot is named Nihilus. When KOTOR 2 had a Darth Nihilus, and I know it's different companies that are making the games, but
yes,
come on,
Obsidian
people.
and BioWare, but yes, Nihilus guys, he dies, and then there's bombs, and you turn them off, and it's pretty easy. And they're not too far apart from each other, like these huge world-ending bombs or some shit, and they're just these little guys. And you turn them off, and then you find a stick of the ground, it's like a power line pole basically, but it's got aura, and you secure it. We've got the artifact for these ancient aliens, but fucking idiot Caden walks too close to it, and it grabs him, and you push him out of the way because you're a hero, and so it grabs you instead, and it gives you dreams of a bunch of meat with wires in it. And somebody's screaming.
Sick.
You get these crazy like images flashed on the screen, and this horrible screeching sound, and
you're seeing gore, and it looks like someone with stitches in their mouth are opening it wide, but it's also a dog at the same time. It seems like,
and you can't make sense of it at all. Like, it does not, you could not figure out what is happening other than bad feelings, and then. Your character comes to eventually on the ship, and you're like, oh man, I saw the craziest shit. It was like these robots were killing all the people. Oh, it was so scary. And you are just suddenly 100% sure of all this stuff. Like, there are these things called Reapers, and they're coming for us, and we got to stop them. And literally just because you touched an old artifact and had like a hallucination and blacked out, and people are just. Everyone but the council actually is just like, oh yeah, everything you're saying, it must be true. Those are prophecies. That's real stuff that we really need to take seriously right now. Mm-hmm. And you literally just had a vision after touching a stick. Like, it's it's crazy. And so you accuse the guy Saren of attacking your place, and you have no evidence at all. and you just like one guy on the docks said a man named Saren shot another guy, that's your evidence. And you get so mad that the council won't listen to you. And so you make some new friends and some alien friends, and they help you find proof that, yep, it was Saren. Your Spectre, your best Spectre ever, he's a bad guy. He attacked humans without good cause. And they're like, okay, well, I guess you can be a Spectre then. And you're going to go get Saren for us. Go stop him. And that's the story. You then land on planets similar to KOTOR. You choose which ones you go to and which order, and you collect a couple friends, and you try to stop this guy. Did I miss anything?
A little on the vision thing. Just when I always played the game previously, I always thought it's like, or this time around, I was like, that pylon could have just, like, they have no idea what that technology was. That could have just been like a Prothean horror movie that just played in your mind.
Like, literally, it's just you're a guy who had a vision interfacing with technology nobody understands from an alien race that no one's ever met before, and it blew up after you touched it. And you're so pissed that no one will believe that your visions are real. Why do you think your visions are real?
Like, well, because it's bias against humanity. They're being kept down.
Right. Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because everyone, this world posits that everyone is low-key racist.
Everyone is low-key racist. Most people are high-key racist, actually.
Yeah,
like,
you know what? That's true.
The council literally describe Elcor and what are the other
Volus.
guys?
Volus.
Volus as lesser races.
Yeah.
They
That's why they don't
literally
get
use
seats in the
words
council.
lesser races. Yes.
It's
and even amongst
unhinged.
And that's never questioned. Like,
It's
nobody
unhinged.
fucking questions this.
especially since the Volus are very Jewish stereotype, and they're also
Yes.
the intergalactic bankers.
Yep.
Yes.
So this game not only is doing, let's do racism in the game, let's also do, like, real-world racism, too.
It's like we can't think of any fun, cool alien things, quirks that these aliens could be doing. So who can we map this species onto?
And it's clearly unintentional, but they just play on the stereotypes.
Yeah, it's enough where people can play the game and all pick up with the same idea. It's like, huh.
Yeah, so you spend a ton of time on the Citadel, where the council is.
I love the Citadel, though. I won't lie.
Of course you do.
Okay,
Of course
so
you do.
hear me out. It's just cool to walk around an O'Neill cylinder.
So it's a neat.
tech is
It
cool.
reminds me of Halo.
It reminds me
look
of
at
Halo.
that.
It's a Forge world from Halo.
Yeah,
giant
look at them
enclosed-
horizons that go up.
Now
Yeah.
it does now just remind me of Gundam, because that's where my head is at.
Of course.
And Gundam also uses O'Neill cylinders.
I did like how this universe, it's the idea like on this universe is like it's all the different species are spread out, and the Mass Effect relays lead them to one central thing where it's
Yep.
like, all right, do your government here.
Yep. I love how literally the Reapers have made a government building that everyone's just naturally allured to do government there.
Yep.
Big reveal. All of this super ancient Prothean tech ain't really from the Protheans, because basically everything from every species you learn. All technology is based on stuff we found in the dirt from an ancient species that's all gone now, and we're just going to use that tech without much question. And that's it. That's like all the how you go faster than light from star system to star system is using tech you barely understand. And
It's pretty
the seat
cool.
of government. The Citadel is this giant space station that nobody understands. It's populated by a species that nobody can communicate with, and nobody understands them.
And if they try to fuck with them, they blow up.
Yeah, they
they do just blow
disintegrate, and you can't scan them, and they are infinitely repopulating, and you don't really know what they do, and nobody questions it. It's just like, yeah, whatever. It turns out, the Reapers who are coming to harvest all living sentient life, that's what they're here for. And that's how they do it. They leave you this tech to use, and because they know you won't resist it, you're all fucked, which is kind of a cool
It
twist.
is a
Like,
cool concept. This is the thing I do
Yeah.
like about Mass Effect. There are some cool concepts in here.
Yeah.
There's some good pulpy sci-fi concepts where messing with technology we don't understand. But the conclusions of the game are like the most dog shit, rancid conclusions about these things.
So let's talk about some more species. So we kind of talked about the.
Should we talk about them?
Turians.
Should we talk about them in means of like how they relate to our companion characters too?
Yeah, sure.
I think so.
So, like,
probably just finish the Turians since we talked about them
Yeah.
quite a bit. The chicken people, the
the
avian people.
The naturally autocratic people. They believe in hierarchy to their literal bird bones.
They're just naturally fascists, basically.
Right. They're
Yeah.
naturally fascist. And Garrus your Turian companion, constantly has to rein in that fascism. Or, I guess, let it be unleashed if you unleash it.
Yeah.
I thought so. It's so crazy because, like, as a kid, I was like, "Wow, this he's a little aggressive, but we'll just, we'll tone it down." And more than anything, I thought he was just really whiny. He's just kind of, and he kind of is. He's just like
He
a
is
really whiny
whiny.
bitch. In the first game, especially. And so I barely used him as a kid, and I used him a lot now. But he's pretty unhinged. He doesn't really believe in police protocol at all. Like, he's the bad cop of bad cops.
Yeah, whatever minor police safety there is for the populace, he believes he should decimate that thin blue line.
Every
He
cop
would
should be a
love
Spectre.
to be a Spectre. Yeah.
Yeah. He thinks what's worse because he thinks every cop should be a Spectre. Basically, we should all just get to kill whoever we think is guilty.
But he also
and-
doesn't like specters.
Well, he's just jealous.
Yeah, it's so funny.
essentially, yeah.
He was jealous because he was also passed up.
Exactly. That's
True.
he's
Yeah, he
literally
was
just
passed up
jealous.
for Spectre.
Yeah. So yeah,
Honestly,
and that's Turians. They were the first species that humans encountered, and immediately we went to war with them.
Yep.
Or they went to war with us because we were using, which is funny because it was for the crime of using a what is it called, the relay, jump
Mass Effect
relay. Without permission from the council, which they didn't know existed, and so the Turians attacked the humans.
First contact war.
First contact war. It was super fast and bloody, and the humans, of course, did surprisingly well. And
in this universe, humans are naturally the people who get things done. Humans have the short lifespans, so therefore they go faster. Though I don't know what that means in the context of Solarians, whose lifespan is shorter, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's exactly because Solarians are the smart ones. They're even more get shit doner, but for some reason,
Not like humans.
but they're just not as good as humans. Yeah, they're not as tough as humans. That's what
Because
it
they're
is.
nerds.
Yeah, they're nerds. So they're smarter, they're faster technologically, they advance more quickly, but also they're all fucking nerds. Even their toughest soldiers, like the toughest thing for their toughest soldier to do is give a good speech. So so
To
like,
give
the
a
Solarians
weird
are all
speech.
humans can be tough and smart, and we break the rules. That's a racial trait. We break the rules, and also we always break the rules when it's okay to break the rules, and we prove by breaking them that it was okay to do. That's what humans do. And then we've got the Krogan.
Yeah,
Those big
good companion to
armored-
Solarian.
The
Yeah.
mercenary
Solarians.
species.
Armored warriors, who are basically universally mercenaries, and you learn it's because they were genocided.
It's not because. Here's the thing. They were naturally that and destroying their home planet before the Solarians and Turians.
Now they have. When you talk to
They
Rex,
did
though,
nuke
he
their
does,
own planet.
Rex is like, yeah, we were kind of doing it ourselves, and we were always like this. But also, we have no choice now because there's no hope for us. So why the fuck would you do anything except what's easiest for you, which is violence? But you're right. They are just naturally aggressive to the point where they don't think about their actions as a racial trait.
Yeah, it is missing the point on Klingons is what I feel like Krogans are.
Yeah, for sure.
Tribal warlord species that whoever's bigger, tougher is now in charge. And and they're like that was, I think, in the second game. That's when you actually go to their home world, to Chunka.
Yep.
And it's like yeah, we nuked it a bunch.
There's no Krogan scientist to tell them that nukes are bad.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they had the scientists to make the nukes, but not the scientists. They didn't have philosophers. They had scientists. They didn't have philosophers.
The main thing about Krogan though is they're all being genocide because they were too naturally aggressive, and it really feels like this game says, well, of course it's bad to genocide, but you don't understand the situation. It was necessary. The only thing we could do.
This isn't the genocide. This is the genophage. Completely different words.
Different thing.
Yeah. Specifically, it makes only 1 in 1,000 births viable. So it's just like this horrifically vile, traumatic thing to inflict on an entire species of sentient creatures.
Yeah.
And it's been re-upped.
999 of pregnancies end up being miscarriages and just don't work out. But then there's the ones. But then like only some female are like, there's like the goal is like to find the female fertile, which you find out in later games. Like one thing I wanted to bring up like really quickly is that like this game does a lot to set up for really a lot more cooler lore later in the games. I don't think the stories get much more interesting in later games, like the main story.
I don't know. I think I might disagree on this.
Really, you don't think?
I think they complicate them in way worse ways.
Comes from other games. I think I have a lot more fun with the lore tidbits that pop up in the later games. But obviously they have to come from a foundational of the first game.
Yeah. See, the genophage is one of those things for me
that you don't like about in the future games.
They make it worse. Especially when you learn that they re-upped the genophage like 10, 15 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And it's done by the fun companion party member in Mass Effect 2 that everyone's supposed to love and have great feelings for, even though he admits to the most horrific thing ever.
He's the best in every way, and then they also made him a genocide scientist. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a proud genocide scientist, and give you many options to see his point.
So I think that's an oversimplification because he hates what he's done. He's also completely convinced there's no other. Like he's like, there's no. We ran this.
That was the only option.
He's like, this. It would have been worse if we hadn't. And that's his thing. Is like he's so wedded to predictive analysis that he doesn't see the horror of what he's done until the very, very, very end of his story. But
yeah,
even then,
I think I felt like 3 was a correction from 2.
There's a little more nuance.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Of course, but it seems that this game series constantly finds ways to justify genocide.
They sure do.
It sure does. Yeah. We're almost done getting through the alien races. We've still got the Quarians, the people who live in a flotilla in space, who are they're the Middle Eastern aliens. They live in a perpetual diaspora. They all wear like veils, basically. I mean, they're all literally behind masks because their species is so.
They're sickly.
They're all so sickly that they all have
prone to sickness because they're not exposed to any environment.
They live in their sterile spaceships.
They live in their sterile spaceships in their sterile spacesuits at the same time too.
Yes,
yeah. Because their planet was stolen by the Geth they created.
Yes. And
speaking of genociding,
and they're all like techno wizards, of course.
Yeah, I like how it feels like magic, like biotics, but it isn't.
It basically works exactly like magic in the game functionally. It's just magic with your weapons and armor and doors. But yeah, so Quarians, and then you've also got the lesser races.
Did we want to talk about Tally?
Sorry. We have more ascended races to talk about. There's a race of hot blue bitches, and they're all women, and they're all hot.
They're not all women. They have a monogender. Uncle.
And they're all. So they have a monogender, and they're all coded as women. All of them. They're all kinds of women. You're never going to see a personality or a performance other than a kind of woman.
And the best part is every time they enter the scene, the camera lusts after them. They are shot from the ass or the waist or like the boobs, and then you pan to the face.
I think the best part
in these games.
The best part is that they can have sex with every alien species.
It's so
as
great.
as a defining racial trait. Is that they can have sex with anyone.
and if they have sex with each other, bad. Not only is that bad culturally, it's also bad genetically. We learn in the next game.
Yeah, they have a much higher rate of producing sex monsters. If you're gay,
Ardak Yakshi.
So, yeah. So yeah,
I hate that I know that.
Asari. All hot blue people, and then
the diplomats.
Now you got the lesser. Yeah, they're the diplomat race because they're all hot. So of course they are. Everybody wants to fuck them, so they're good at getting people to do what they want to do. They're also the biotic race. The basic, almost every Asari is biotic. So they're magic blue ladies.
Unhinged.
And then we've got the Elcor, which are probably my favorite. They're just the gigantic elephant people, but like, what if instead of a trunk and tusks, they had like the gills of a fish like on the front of their face and a pair of little black, like, little beady eyes. And
what if HK-47 was
what
a small
emotion?
guy?
Yes.
Yeah, they're just these huge lumbering elephants with the AK-47. They just love the prefacing what you're about to say with the emotion and then speaking in monotone. They loved that trope so much that they had to bring it back for an entire species. I love that. It's awesome. No notes.
It kind of does tickle me. I will never forget the Mass Effect 3 bit of the Elcor Hamlet production. That's 6 hours long.
Really funny.
Yes.
Yeah. It's you can see it in an advertisement in Mass Effect 2, and then you can actually like it's like a real thing in
It's
Mass
a little
Effect
bit
3,
of a bit. That's right. It is in Mass Effect 2 first, and then the Citadel's like, you
then,
know that bit that was funny? What if we drove that into the ground?
Yes. And then you've got the Volus, as we mentioned, the little mole people, also perpetually in suits.
Yep.
And they all have asthma.
Jesus.
And
constant inhaler noises.
Yes. And they're all bankers and merchants. Like, literally all of them are bankers and merchants.
And they're shifty about it, too.
So, yes.
They're
like
shifty.
The most, like, morally dubious inherently of the races, apparently. They just don't give a fuck as long as they get paid, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great. They talk about buying and selling clan members as like a very normal thing. It's like a part of their...
I forgot they have slavery. Jesus.
They're part of their culture. Yeah.
It's part of their culture. You can't tell them no slaves.
And then the Batarians have like slavery, and they're outlawed for slavery, but it's the wrong kind of slavery.
But that one's bad. Right.
Yeah. It's not familial slavery, like...
Well, and also
buying
they're not the
daughters.
bankers.
It's more... Yeah. So... Yeah. Oh, and then we've got the Hanar, jellyfish people.
Actually, they might be my favorite.
They're tied for my favorite. Elcor and Hanar are both great. What's great about good sci-fi is like, oh, maybe every alien species doesn't look like a human being.
Yeah.
Like that's what's worst about Star Trek is like everything is a human in Star Trek, just with shit on their face. And then in this, you can see like some genuine variety in what an alien could look like.
Will they continue that trend?
Further, but
no.
Yeah, not really.
Hanar and Elcor is as interesting as it will get.
I love the Vorcha, but just because it's great to have a race of goblins in sci-fi.
Yes, that's the goblin race.
The Vorcha are amazing. Yeah,
but like, I don't know. I don't know.
They're just an insane.
I wish they were more interesting goblins. I do like the design.
Yeah, they
Fucking
are just
think
like,
big ass
well,
ears and
the
wide
criminal
eyes.
race is what they end up being. It's just like they are
Yeah.
always there's never a good guy. There's never a
Well,
good Vorcha
like,
in those games that they had.
Vorcha express affection to one another by committing horrible acts of violence. So like that's
I hate
that's
this.
another really funny feature of their species. Because they're kind of like Saiyans, where like if they're wounded they grow back.
Oh my
stronger.
God.
So that's why they express affection. Actually that's why I think the Vorcha are so interesting. Like they have this tremendous potential,
I didn't know that.
and they're often used and exploited by other species because of that.
Hey,
but
Uncle,
they,
what's not in the main story of those games that star Vorcha? That plot line, which would be way more interesting. Instead, they're just like, we need a bad guy, funny guy here.
Well, Vorcha being used as test subjects comes up in one of the main quest lines, but when you're dealing with Morden. But anyway. Yeah. That's all Mass Effect 2, though.
What about
That's
the
all
pie
Mass. Yeah,
jacks?
Yeah, you got monkeys.
Well, we are actually missing an important race that does show up briefly. The Rachni.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Batarians, I guess, are also Mass Effect 2. But
Batarians are Mass Effect 1.
DLC, I think.
The
just-
DLC.
Oh, yeah, only in the DLC. Yes. Yeah.
The space terrorists. That's how they're portrayed.
Yes.
Who have 4 eyes and their helmets only have 2 eye holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like a really big deal for them to have 4 eyes. They think all other races are inferior because they don't have enough eyes. And their helmets have
And they
2
built
eye holes.
helmets for 2 eye
Yes.
holes.
Yes. It's great.
Yeah. So the Rachni, another species
Rachni.
of,
Bugs.
I guess, insatiable conquest that have to be exterminated.
Which you learn were not a species of insatiable conquest.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
kind of though,
No.
because
They were heavily influenced by
okay, yeah, that's
an
right.
outside group, which you get hints of in the first game, and then you get more and more details about what that outside group was in the second and third.
The way the Rachni Queen talks about it in the first game, I will say it does make it seem like, no, there were some of us that wanted peace, but most of us didn't.
Something like that. Yeah, she's like, it was the song was wrong or something like that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't listen, so some of us ran and hid. Yeah. But yeah, the Rachni, scary bug monsters that are completely sentient and are trying to be weaponized on one of the choose your own planet planets. Choose which planet to go to in what order planets.
Do we want to talk about some companions?
Yeah. Which
We
one
mentioned
was your
Rex.
favorite?
We mentioned Garrus. I mean Liara. It's always Liara.
Yeah. Liara's in the game.
Liara's funny. I think Rex is my favorite companion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Liara
Rex is-
because she's so out of her depth in this. Every time she's doing something, she's like, what the fuck are we doing?
She has no
She
idea
has-
of the world at all.
Yeah.
No, she has
It feels
some of
like.
the funniest lines. Definitely some of the funniest lines. God, when I wrote one of them down. When you first are asking her, like, how are you doing? Are you okay? How are you holding up? Something like that. She says literally, okay, she says, I'm fine. It's just mental fatigue combined with the shock from learning the fate of the Protheans. That's after Ilos. Yeah, that's what after Ilos. Yeah, it's just mental fatigue combined with learning the fate of the Protheans. Just crazy. She doesn't talk like a person.
No.
No. She is so awkward.
Yeah,
And
so awkward.
she's super into you.
Yes, she's obsessed with you. She wants to study you.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah, you
I
touched
think
the
it's-
vision stick, and then it blew up. Of course, she's into you. You know.
Yeah, of course. I do love that because you can, as a woman, have sex with Liara. You basically have, 2 women. And that created the controversy sex box on Fox News.
What?
Because,
yeah.
So
this was an Xbox exclusive. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and also a conservative blogger, described it as, here, I had some quotes here. Okay.
Oh, good.
Mass Effect can be customized to sodomize whatever, whomever, however the game player wishes. With its over-the-net capabilities, virtual orgasmic rape is just a push of a button away.
Wow. That is got to be the most disappointing game purchase ever for a bunch of kinksters who are obsessed with Fox News. Like,
it's like, really? That game is all that? Okay, time to buy an Xbox.
You can literally only fuck 3 of the thousands of things you interact with. Lies.
And once at the very end, I think.
Yes, one time. Yeah, no, there's 2 sexes available. Because there's the palm reader on the Citadel, and if you use the dialogue wheel option, this is a good opportunity for us to talk about the dialogue wheel. This is the first game that introduced that, where it's like you have these tiny little blurbs of what your character might say, and then they say something else, usually
completely different of what the option was.
Yeah. Because there's that one time when you talk to the what is her name, the consort. And she's only a sex person for some people. For a lot of people, she's just like a astrologer
counselor?
Or a palm reader or a counselor or a buddy.
I mean, it's pretty clear that she is a consort, like a sexual consort, like coded.
For some people.
Yeah, but they really
also doesn't
stress,
provide that services to everybody.
Yeah, they really stress that it's a different service for everybody, and it's not sex all the time or every time, but it is sex also.
Yeah.
And if you give her, she'll give you as a service, she'll give you this super lame advice, this is gonna be really hard, but you can do it, or something along those lines.
It's what's the point of this? I didn't understand any of that at all.
And if you respond with the dialogue wheel response that says "Gee, thanks," she then will fuck you, but only if you choose "Gee, thanks." Yeah, then you have sex in her weird little pod bed, and you get funny. Her handprint reaches out and steams up on the the Titanic scene. But anyway, it only happens if you say "Gee, thanks" after she gives you advice. So if you're a petulant little bitch, she'll fuck you.
I've never seen that scene. That's hilarious. I never knew that was an option.
Yeah, life hack. When you're fuck your therapist if you just act sarcastic about her advice.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah.
Gee, thanks. Okay, yeah. Tony Soprano, settle the fuck down.
Oh yeah. Another funny moment on the Citadel, now that I think about it, before we talk about War Companions, because I just want to get the Citadel stuff out of the way. There's a preacher on the Citadel Mall, the Hanar preacher, and he's causing this big scene, not because he's not allowed to preach, because he hasn't purchased a license to preach.
And he's also in the wrong area as well to preach if he had a license.
Yes.
I do like the beat cop is I don't want to deal with this shit.
Yeah. Everything is pay to win in this government system that is the Citadel's run space. They talk about the extranet, the internet, that goes from across the galaxy, and how if you read in the codex, bandwidth is determined in the following order. Council members and inspectors get top priority for using all bandwidth for whatever reasons they want. Then it's militaries get priority access. And then beneath that, it's whoever the highest bidder is. And that is how you access the internet in the Mass Effect universe. The government has top billing for what to use it to whatever extent they want, and their black site operatives who can do whatever the fuck they want without consequence also get unlimited access to it. Then the military, and then whoever pays the most. So can you imagine a dystopia like
also
that? Can you imagine living in a world that crazy?
That would be
insane.
I can't imagine living in neoliberalism in space.
Exactly.
There was also like a quote that rich people would help more, but they want to avoid public scrutiny, which I can't remember what it was about, but that was unhinged.
Well, Metagel is technically illegal because it's genetic engineering. And for some reason that this specific kind of genetic engineering isn't allowed when a bunch of other kinds of genetic engineering is, like the genophage, for instance. But anyway, yeah, so Metagel, which every doctor, hospital, and medic in the entire galaxy uses all the time, constantly, is technically illegal. But everyone just uses it anyway. Weird stuff like that. Okay, more companions. Sorry, I got us derailed.
Should we talk about the two humans, Caden and Ashley?
The worst companions.
Caden, the world's most boring Canadian man.
Yeah, just a super Canadian guy. Guy.
Voiced by the same actor who played Karth Onassi in KOTOR.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's just like a slightly less whiny Karth, and more neoliberal.
Yeah, just a real rules worker. Whereas Ashley is the renegade. She's the really cool,
the sacrifice,
God-fearing, extremely racist. Hang on, wait a second.
She's just a Republican. She's literally just a Republican in space. Yeah. She loves.
So we kind of been.
She believes in the Christian God, and she's a daddy's girl. And military family, and she likes poetry, but only bad poetry.
She also believes no doesn't mean no.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because she talks about a story where her sister was stalked by this guy and was like almost sexually assaulted, and you can say like, well, no means no, and then Ashley responds with, "Damned if you do, damned if you don't," and I'm like, I hate you. How can I get you off my ship now?
Yeah.
And
she's also boring.
There's
just boring.
Boring, yes.
I actually thought she was one of the more interesting ones, but evil.
I mean, I don't think she's interesting. What is interesting about Ashley?
Well, just the fact that they somehow constructed the most rancid character out of all these traits, and it's unhinged to me that she is the main male romance option.
Yeah, I would agree it's unhinged. She's just like a basic conservative. She's like your average red-blooded American conservative. Like that's the person. At least in this era, 2008. This is like a 2007, 2008 Republican. That's it. This is a Tea Party Republican.
I don't know what she said, but after some of her lines, I wrote, "I am canceling BioWare December."
Yeah,
she's super racist.
But you
probably
can,
one of those lines.
You can not interact with her at all for a large part of the game. And then when it comes time to when you have to make a decision, man, is that decision really easy?
Yeah,
exactly.
Obviously I saved her.
That's really.
Yeah. I this playthrough I tried to do things I normally wouldn't do, and so yeah, this time I did save her. I also didn't convince Saren to shoot himself.
I've just been like, every playthrough I've ever done, I've been like, I've gotten to that point and be like, oh, the two companions I literally never used. Who cares? I usually choose to kill Ashley, but
eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, but it literally does not matter.
Yeah, I think as a kid, it was like, oh, I might lose a love interest if I get rid of the girl, though, so I'll get rid of the guy. And so that's what I did as a kid playing this game. But now, like any other time that I've replayed this game, you get that first dialogue when you get on the Normandy after the Citadel, and you talk to her, and she's like, ew, you're letting gross, icky aliens on the ship? I don't think it's a good idea, Commander. Well, and you're like, okay, well, not talking to you anymore.
She also laments about the fact that we reconciled with the aliens and that we're celebrating Reconciliation Day. Where she's like, it's too soon.
Yeah.
This is a disgrace.
Oh.
Like, it's 26 years later.
There's no way she's older than 26, by the way. Like, yeah, she wasn't even alive for the war. Yeah.
But her dad,
But she was told about it. Yeah.
Her dad surrendered and therefore became the biggest wimp in the Alliance military, and therefore the Williams name is tarred and feathered.
That's right. Yeah. I guess that is kind of interesting. It's more interesting than what they do with Tali, the Quarian. She's just a kid on pilgrimage who wants to find what's going on with the Geth. Why are the Geth out doing things? Why is this Geth Gethin? And that's all you really get out of Tali.
Well, and that she's on a pilgrimage.
Spend all her time researching your super secret Alliance drive core.
Yeah, the OPSEC on this.
Yeah. From working from a security standpoint, it's like, there are some points, because this is an Alliance spaceship, like the most advanced Alliance spaceship, and this Quarian's like, would you mind if I just hung out in your engine bay all day, every day, and just wrote down a lot of notes about this? It's like, on that standpoint, I can understand, like, we have crew quarters. Like, the crew could stay there instead of the most advanced engine ever.
Here's my thing. Tally's such a nice girl. Just let her study the drive core.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't care. I do not care. I like Tali enough. It's just
is
the idea
wild.
that, like, it is wild in terms of, like, if you were to think in reality of, like, damn, the security protocols. I understand why all these people are saying, well, even if it isn't just aliens, just any random people that aren't part of the Alliance, they shouldn't be down there.
Yeah, a renegade Citadel police officer, a random warlord, just some
Ashley
who got her whole squad killed. Yeah.
Yeah, Ashley does not have security clearance for down there either.
Wearing the dumbest
that's why she's not in there.
armor in the world. Yeah.
Barbie armor.
Okay.
Yeah, Barbie armor.
Okay.
I
like
love
the white
boob
and pink armor.
Of course you do.
Yes. I love the white and pink armor.
The boobliness of the boobage in all the armor for women. Lots of big specific plates just for your boobs.
I would wear the white and pink armor even when I played as a man.
Vacuum seal the armor.
I like the look of. I think it's the Phoenix or something.
It is
Yes,
Phoenix. Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah, I like that look. I don't know. It feels so sci-fi to me.
I do remember equipping it to male shepherd a couple playthroughs ago, and I was like, I thought, like, that is so silly that a weapons manufacturer is selling pink armor.
Look, is it sillier than selling, I don't know, white and black, like scorpion print armor?
No.
I think all the armor looks pretty silly.
It all looks really silly.
There's I'm never wearing something where I'm like, ooh, that's cool and badass.
Anything Rex puts on is cool, though. The way the Krogan's armor kind of has the high raised
cool.
back.
Yeah, the Krogan
their
helmets
hunchbacks.
are cool.
Yeah. I also like the Turian armor that Garrus has.
The Turians do make good armor. I like their helmet. I like the Turian helmets a lot.
Yeah.
I like the Solarian.
Oh, and so do the
frog
Solarians. Yep.
armor. Yeah.
They're like special ops frog armor.
I like in the later games when they talk about the few Elcor warriors where they just strap giant guns to their shoulders.
Yeah, like giant shoulder-mounted cannons.
Yeah, tank creatures.
See, and this is why I think sometimes BioWare are cowards. They never showed that on screen.
I know.
but so cool.
I was waiting
Mass Effect
for
3,
that.
dude.
And Mass Effect 3 multiplayer let you play as Volus and Quarians and Vorcha and everything but Elcor and Hanar. Hanar,
Shame.
that would have been hard, but Elcor would have been so fucking sick. You wouldn't be able to use any of the weapons that you unlock in the game, though. It would have to be a completely different suite of abilities and weapons and everything. So I understand why they didn't do it, but cowards.
Cowards. What other companions have we not hit? Or is that all of them?
I think
there's only
all
6
of them.
in this game.
Yeah.
So who do we all romance this time around?
Lily. I pretty much always go with Liara.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Yeah.
I knew Caden was gonna die this run, so I was like, "There's no point."
Caden's also just so annoying.
He would constantly ask, "Is it in?" Like while having sex.
Yeah. Wait a minute. We didn't talk about the best part of the game, and you all know what it is.
Oh, doing the gambling and like doing someone's scanning gambling machine.
No,
that's boring.
It's when you land on that random planet and find the metal sphere that lets you have the entire lifespan memory of a Cro-Magnon. And
yep, that part. I do like that part.
It's like the Captain Picard flute scene in Next Generation.
The Thorian's actually really cool.
The big
mushroom
like
guy?
plant mind virus.
the big meat plant that
Yeah.
infects whole populations. Yeah.
I feel like
makes
they
clones.
don't got the sauce in the other games. What's as cool as the Thorian in 2 or 3? It's such a shame because even the collectors are kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of bugs.
Like they're fine, but then they're just an enemy group at a certain point where they stop becoming an actual threat because you see them all the time and fight them all the time.
The collector
I guess
ships
the
and base are kind of spooky, but
Yeah, the giant rock base.
kind of boring.
Yeah, it's just a rock. The Human Reaper in 2 is cool, but that's not until the very end. And it's also then it turns out to be pretty lame.
Yeah, and then it's a bad. It's just not that interesting. It's not like talking to you and shit.
It's just a giant Terminator.
That's why I think the Thorian's cool. The
Thorian's gross. It's the gross kind of sci-fi that's it's interesting.
Regurgitates an Asari clone that it makes so it can speak to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like good.
And she's all slimy and sexy, and she's like crawling on the ground with her ass up.
And green.
Yeah,
and she's green.
Yeah.
I like how green's just a normal Asari color though from here on out.
No, it's not.
Isn't it not? Don't more green ones show up later?
Nope, she's the only green one who comes. She comes. You find her again on that one random planet, the Asari market planet in Mass Effect 2, and she's
not
like,
Elos.
Hey, she's like, hey, I'm a person here still.
Remember me? I'm the green guy.
Yet. Yeah, remember me? I'm green.
I think that's what I was going to say. Like, the only interesting things about 2 and 3 are when they do callbacks to 1. And they're like, you remember 2 games ago when I was in the game? Yeah. I'm back. I'm like, oh, you are back. I remember.
Colonel
That's like
Werner,
half the interactions
in
in 3. It's like Avengers Endgame moments every 15 minutes. And you're like, ooh.
3 is very much an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Citadel being Endgame.
So, yeah. Citadel is also like a Deadpool movie.
Citadel is the Deadpool and Wolverine of Mass Effect.
Yes. Should we... I guess we can go over each of the main planets you land on.
Yeah.
Because
Novaria is my favorite one.
The
corporate snowy spy planet.
The anarcho-capitalist planet.
Yeah, it's so evil and rancid.
You rent a lab on these all these evil companies doing evil shit, and like the renegade bargaining options with some of these people you deal with are really funny because like you can like literally threaten people with your Spectre status, like shut them down, ruin their lives, threaten them with violence for like 200 credits, And that's literally the equivalent of like $2.
Nothing.
Like at that point, you
That's
have
literally
like
the equivalent of selling a rank
dozens
1
of
item.
items that you can sell easily that have like that are worth 4,000 or 5,000 credits. So like 200 credits is absolutely meaningless, and that's what like you're using all your persuasive abilities to haggle some people out of these like dollar bills. Very funny that you can do that on the finance planet. Yeah.
I just think we should all universally agree the best mechanic part of all of Mass Effect is the Mako.
That's so funny. We were just talking about that.
When I was
The Mako, by the way, because it's named after the Mako shark. It's a Mako.
Right, it's a Mako. Mako.
But yes, the hilariously shaped 6-wheel turret-topped vehicle with jet boosters that only take you vertical or forward. It is the most bananas. It's what if a moon buggy was a tank?
What if not a tank? What if a
great.
moon buggy was a long-range artillery gun? Because that's the actual secret about the Mako. You should not be doing things close range. Mako. God damn it!
I guess it's more of an APC than a tank. It's an artillery tank that can zoom around and launch itself off a cliff face.
Hell yeah, it
and
can.
rocket away. And it can flip itself upside down, and you can get stuck, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, this is the most negative I felt after playing Mass Effect. And yet, my opinion hasn't changed on the Mako. It's still the best thing of the game.
Wait, you?
I love
That's what
it.
I was going to.
I think it's
what I was
brilliant.
saying when I was bringing it up. I was like, we forgot the best part about the game, and I was then going to go in and talk about the Mako, and I was like, God, that is the ruiner of runs for me in this game. Is
you just
when
gotta save.
Well, yeah, yes. That's the fault of me in any of the like the KOTOR games, any of that. It's like, oh, I just lost an hour of gameplay of the most boring content ever, and I will have to do it anyways because my brain's broken. But I don't want to do it right now, so I'm gonna go play Monster Hunter. That was me this month. Was like, all right, doing a lot of grinding, getting all these planets done, and I just about finished this planet, and then I randomly die to a stupid whatever, and my last save was when I landed on that planet, and whatever second monitor anime or TV show that I was watching is not enough for me to want to go back and do all that stuff again.
I won't lie. I barely did any side quests this time around.
Well,
That's
there you
the right
go.
way to do it, 'cause
That is the right way to do it.
They're all terrible.
But I do love the
did
Novaria
them all.
ascent with the Mako.
Traveling up the mountain,
Yep.
and it's just isn't that just like a bunch of Geth, or is that the
Yeah,
not Geth,
it's a bunch of
it's,
gas. I just like
it
the
is
cold,
Geth, yeah.
snowy vibes of Novaria so much, and the music's really good. And there's not as much hill, so you can snipe very easily too with the Mako.
I don't mind using the Mako when it's part of a main story. It's just the fact that so much of the game can be just Mako. And
Yeah, it can be a lot.
if you force yourself to do all that stuff, which Uncle and I did.
You guys shouldn't have.
If you're a completionist, you don't have a choice.
No, you do. Hang on. You always have a choice.
If you're a completionist,
so like I had
You can choose not to be one.
For me with the legendary edition, like this is my first time with that. I kind of thought I was like maybe there's something else. Maybe there's something I'm missing. And I had never visited all those planets before in a previous playthrough. Actually, I had never done them all, and so I was like, well, let me give it a stab here. And nope, it's not worth it. It's just big empty planets with nothing to do. So don't do it.
Yeah, I only did the
wasting
companion
your time
side
to
quest.
scan the mining things. Also, oh my god.
Yeah, I made a rule for myself to not worry about that shit.
yep,
Yeah.
that's a good rule.
That's
That's how
the way to
anybody
do it.
listening should play this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Novaria, you do see the Rachni and matriarch Benezia, who I think is a cool character we haven't mentioned yet. I love an
Tits
old
McGee.
lady. Yeah, yep. Also,
It is
again,
Tits McGee.
Asari can only be sexy.
Yes.
Even the
And,
MILF Asari.
Speaking of Benezia, probably my favorite cutscene in any Mass Effect is Saren freaking out right after you get the beacon because he finds out you touch the beacon, and he has this bizarre animal freak out where he throws things and he breaks stuff and he growls and roars, and then he like puts Benezia, pins her to a wall, puts her in this like very sexy chokehold thing, and he holds her face while he's growling and yelling at her. And it just totally off the wall, out of nowhere. You don't see him act like that ever again.
Ever?
You don't see any other characters act like that really ever again. It's just this one scene with this weird sexual tension between Benezia and Saren that's never explained and never explored. Love it. No notes.
Yeah, it's wild.
Totally unhinged. Yeah. Benezia, you kill her. It's good to bring Liara with you. Like, find Liara first on whatever planet she's on. Super boring. And then
The volcano planet where I had to restart the Krogan fight 1,000 times.
Oh, yikes, really?
Yeah,
I had
charm
very little trouble
and
with
intimidation, putting all your points to those instead of any attributes is actually a bad thing to do.
Well, that's right, because you put it into both for some reason.
Yeah, I wanted to have all the dialogue options
Yeah.
for Shepard.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Volcano planet, you get Liara, you take her to Novaria so you can kill her mom in front of her. Very important.
Well, the
she
mother
basically
also
just
says,
"No."
I'm possessed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's very sad to be trying to kill you, and then you kill her. And then you get to decide whether or not an entire species should be exterminated from the galaxy forever, because maybe they'll go to war with us someday. Like, that is... So this is when my... Like I said, I was trying to play Renegade. My Renegade playthrough collapsed here because I could not... even in a virtual game where I am literally fucking role-playing as a bad guy, I could not liquefy the Rachni Queen in slow agony just because maybe someday she could be bad. Like, that's insane. I feel like you have to be pretty fucking crazy to say yes to genocide.
But it's
What do you
justified.
guys think? Oh.
I mean, the council's even pissed when you don't do it.
They are kind of pissed about it, yeah.
It's
Which
just
is
you acting
crazy.
on human instincts. You don't know what's up.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
If you do, I did look up cutscenes for it. If you do it, it's pretty fucking horrific, and your companions are freaking out the whole time.
Well, is Garrus there?
Yeah.
I bet Garrus is like, ooh, barbecue.
I think the one I saw was Liara and Caden.
Oh, yeah.
And they're
Oh,
both just
that
like-
makes sense.
Yeah, and they're both like, no, what the fuck? No, why would you do that?
You put Ashley and Garrus there, and I'm sure they're like, yeah, let's roast her.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Only
Fucking-
good bug's a dead bug.
Cooked Rachni steak for dinner.
So there's Novaria. You've got Pharos.
We
Where
talked
you got
about
the Thorian,
Pharos, which is the Thorian.
yeah, that's where you got the corporate planet. That
Corporate
they're-
colony.
Are they-
I mean,
and
Are they all corporate
cor-
planets?
I mean, yeah, basically. This is another corporate planet. Because the Saren's planet, Vermeer, is a private corporation he set up on that planet.
It's registered.
Yeah.
What?
So yeah, they're all just
Saren's
little private
LLC.
companies. You learned that the company that owns the Pharos colony is
Exogeny.
experimenting on the people. Yeah, experimenting on the people without them knowing, and it's really fucked up. And you can't really do anything about that. Not really. Like, you can tell the people,
Yeah.
but like, you don't really bring
Well-
anybody to justice.
Yeah, nobody gets brought to justice, and the most you can do is save the colonists, with the bad grenade system.
Oh yeah, the horrible grenade system where it floats on a horizontal axis. Why would you want that?
Now, now is it better than the grenades in the later games? I would argue yes.
It's different. They're always bad.
Yeah, they're still bad. I will say this. I'm not saying the grenades in 1 are good, but I'm also saying I think the grenades in 2 are worse. And 3 are worse.
They're worse. They're worse in 2, and then in 3 they gave up on them actually being grenades, and then you just kind of when it's a companion's grenade, they just teleport the grenade to the location that you are asking it to be at.
It's so
it's
funny.
Only a real grenade if it's your grenade. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah, so Pharos,
Vermeer.
The Thorian's interesting, but not much else. Vermeer, you've got the Solarian soldiers. Hold the line.
When we committed genocide, we held the line.
Yeah, but it is a beautiful beach planet. It feels kind of like the Starforge planet.
Yeah, it's 100% Ricotta Prime. Again, a thing I shouldn't know.
Similar stage of the game too.
Yeah,
like the second to last step.
Because you can lose a big companion there.
Yeah,
yep.
You can lose 2.
Yeah, you can choose to murder Rex on the beach, if you are just a psycho.
The Rex, or if you don't have a high enough charm, or if you didn't do his mission. Which, the first time I played this game fully, Rex had to die. And I was sad.
Rex has never died in a playthrough for me. That's
me either.
Not a chance.
Yeah, I kept him alive this time, though. Don't worry. Rex is my buddy.
Yeah.
Even though he literally is just, hey, I have valid points. Hey, my species is dying. And there's a lot of times you as Shepard can be like, I totally understand what you mean. I totally get it. And Rex has to be like, no, you don't. And it doesn't seem like your Shepard can learn that lesson, which is either intentionally good or unintentionally hilarious. You can constantly bring out what the Turians did to humans is exactly what they did to the Krogans.
Right, yeah.
And that's the Paragon option.
That was another way in which I failed to be pure renegade, was that I just could not sympathize with the Genophage, though. You know, it's like I couldn't.
Right.
I couldn't not. I wouldn't say that this is the same as what we went through, but I couldn't be like, "Fuck you, Genophage good." I couldn't say that. I could not bring my imaginary character to say that. Yeah.
It's too mean and evil.
And it's such an interesting concept because they don't frame
on its face. Yeah, they don't frame it as they frame this as a difficult decision. Like it feels like Israel wrote this game, like the IDF wrote this game.
This is
you know, sometimes you just gotta do a genocide. You know,
sometimes you just gotta bomb people
to prevent genocide. Yeah,
sometimes you gotta bomb the Iraqis. They're actually happy if you bomb them.
Yeah. Murder.
They want freedom.
Civilians will just become, if you let them, some civilians will just become, militants. If we kill so many of them that they just become militant. So you have to kill all of them.
Yeah.
So that there can't.
Let's
be
just
any
help
militants.
them now
That's
by
the
getting rid of them now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll be thankful eventually.
Yeah.
When the Krogan can finally have a seat on the council, they'll be thankful for the Genophage. It's kind of the vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. Why can't they just say thanks?
We could have killed them all and we chose not to. It's so strange.
Basically,
and
you're
bad.
welcome. Actually,
one of the cooler bits in the game does happen though on Vermeer is when you talk to Sovereign.
Sovereign, the squid robot in the sky, the Reaper.
Cuttlefish. I would say
cuttlefish,
it looks Reapers really look like cuttlefish to me.
They got smaller. They got small little tendrils like that. Yeah. Yep.
I really do
he gives
like
you
to
the
talk
Lord
to the
drives.
existential force, the incomprehensible creature from the dark is communicating with you, and everything he says is horrifying.
Yeah, it's definitely much more fun and interesting than just like a bad guy race, a bad guy that is like tricking other people, where he's just like, nope, this is just how the world's always been for you or for us, and we're just gonna keep doing
for life.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've done this
is
for
life.
millions of years.
You've only lived for so long that you don't know the timeline. This is just a repetition.
It's existentially, it's scarier than the Borg, which is like the scariest existential threat in Star Trek by far. These guys, this is scarier than the Borg. It's not just that we have defeated everyone we've come in contact with. It's we've done this before. We've done this whole thing before multiple times. Like the whole galaxy.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
And they're like, thankfully, the galaxy has been filled with weak-boned little alien punks.
Yeah.
But damn, I guess they fucked up this time because
is-
humans are around.
Right, exactly.
We were the special sauce.
Yeah, it really does. Like Mass Effect as a whole, as a series, really leans on human excellence,
Yeah.
and especially such a
Yeah.
very specific, like Western conception of what human society should look like. That it feels very off.
Especially in Mass Effect 2 when you are killed and then resurrected because it's gotta be you. It's gotta be the superior life form of all superior life forms.
Because of your benefactors.
Right.
The ones
Yeah.
doing it.
The
are
human supremacist group.
Yes.
Yeah, it is fucking wild where this series goes.
I'm saying this right now. I'm marking this out. I don't think I got a Mass Effect 2 episode in me. I think that would kill me, like spiritually.
If you play it like I play it, it's really funny though.
I would prefer. I'm marking it down now. I would prefer we didn't cover Mass Effect 2.
Wow. Okay.
We can talk about it later, but I just
Yeah.
like after playing this game, I went. I don't want to play any more of these at all.
You're gonna make us play Dragon Age.
Hey, this was the deal, buddy, and that's
okay.
a good game.
Okay. A game I have never even come close to finishing.
Look, preview for next year's Bioware December. We're doing Dragon Age Origins, a game that I can't wait to come out of and go, actually, this was ass. Why did I like this?
Better get started now.
Yeah.
Now,
So we get through Vermeer. You yell at Saren after you yell at Sovereign.
so true.
You
sacrifice a
give
guy.
up you give up on one of your humans and you don't care. And then a nuke goes off.
Ashley says Caden's with God now, and I had to be like, Ashley, shut the fuck up. Every time she brought up religion, I went full renegade on that. Like, do not preach, Williams.
That's
shut the fuck up.
That's so funny she says that.
And here's the thing. I think it's interesting, the concept of
Jesus.
God being questioned now that society has moved to spacefaring. Wish that was a part of the game.
Yeah.
And not
like,
via Ashley.
Yeah, it's not. She is like the only character in as far as I can remember, like in all of fucking Mass Effect, except for like Thane. Like Ashley and Thane are like the only religious characters, except for the Hanar, and the Hanar don't count because it's their whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And Thane is essentially Hanar adjacent.
That's
Yes.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thane
So
is
it's
only
still
how
just
he is
Hanar
because of the
religion.
Hanar.
Right.
Yeah. It's it's crazy because there's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of like a
Wasted
really
potential
good
is what I'd say
sci-fi
Mass Effect is.
Yeah, a really good sci-fi novel series I think I've recommended on the show before is The Culture, by Ian M. Banks. A lot of similar, issues will be brought up. Like moral dilemmas are frequently major factors in those books, but they're dealt with so much more nuance than you get in Mass Effect, and they're posing so much more interesting questions.
Yeah, Mass Effect is also
like,
just steeped in jingoism and adoration for the military. It's just really hard to separate that.
Yes, this is a pro-military, pro-fascist universe, presented
anti-politicians,
with a neoliberal lens. Yes.
Anyone who wants
Very
to lead is ontologically evil. So that's why Captain Anderson is the good choice.
Yeah, because after
gives up his job.
you do the Vermeer mission, you find out that they're the secret location of the secret planet of secrets, where you learn more about the Reapers and what they've been doing, and from a Prothean AI.
I like Vigil. Vigil's great. The music for Vigil's also amazing.
You get to drive the Mako through a tiny little Mass Effect thing.
Hell yeah.
Which makes no fucking sense. Because it's not a portal, remember? These aren't portals. These are catapults. So you drive the Mako into a catapult without any directional navigational stuff, which apparently you need to do when you fly through a mass relay, is do navigational communications or something, because
not this
characters talk about that. Not this one. You just drive at it, and it will launch your APC, your ground vehicle, your land vehicle, your vehicle for in-atmosphere operations. It will launch you through space, and you'll land just fine. No problems.
You'll land in a sick way where Saren's walking away, too, and it rules. I do like a lot of cinematography for this game sometimes.
It's a good movie, but it makes no fucking sense.
Well, of course not.
Yeah,
I never thought about it that way, but you're especially the way the Mass Effect relays work. That's so strange.
Yeah, unless you have the world's most insane inertial dampeners inside of the Mako, everyone lands on the other side made of just paste. And
you have to remember that the Protheans made that special one. So the Protheans somehow cracked the technology that isn't supposed to be cracked at all, and that's never mentioned again.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It wasn't built by the Reapers.
No, yeah. Well, goddamn. Yeah, you land on the Citadel. You do some fights on the Citadel as the Citadel closes up, and
I think this is a great ending segment for the game, actually.
It's a big, very cinematic.
Yeah,
I think high stakes.
The music is also great in this too, especially when Sovereign is going to land on the Citadel Tower.
Ooh,
and it has this really cool shot where there's
design.
Oh yeah, the Reaper sound design.
The sound design in general for Reapers.
Yeah,
I can't recreate it.
Noise.
That's the noise.
That's the war horn that the Titans in Warhammer use. They use that exact same sound.
Oh, nice. That's so cool.
There's this weird horizontal shot where it skews the perspective of the Citadel, because normally we see the tower pointing up vertically, and we just watch the Reaper just close in around the tower, and it's sick. I think it's sick.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite moments in the game.
It is pretty cool. I like the Reaper's weapons as well, the thorium beams, where it fires. It looks like lasers, but it's actually, if you read in the codexes, they're super energized beams of hyper dense matter fired at incredible velocities, through these Mass Effect beam fields. And so it's firing molten lead through your ship, basically, instead of just a single round or whatever. It's firing beams of lava. I don't know. It's cool. It looks neat.
It's sick. I like when you're
that it comes out of the
Citadel
fingies of the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those little tentacle fingies.
Yeah.
You're climbing up the elevator and it stops, and you have to scale the Citadel, and it's just really cool as you're going towards the top, and you see Sovereign's big tentacles moving about and doing stuff. It just sells the scale so well. Especially a lot of characters saying, man, this Reaper thing sucks. I can't shoot that.
There's a big space battle. You get to decide whether or not you save the council.
You let those fuckers die, right?
I for some reason didn't. I saved them. And I don't know why. It made no sense. Made no sense for my shepherd. It made no sense for any. Cause I ignored them all the time. I hung up on them constantly because it was funny. And then I was like, no,
I love it
them.
when
I'm going to save them just to show them. But that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that.
I love it when I disconnect the call them again, and they're like, "Don't you dare disconnect on us!" And then you say disconnect again.
Yes, it's awesome. It's awesome.
There's some good
one of the best
spots
decisions you can make.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do that. You have the final boss fight with Saren, where you can talk him into killing himself.
Who has never done that? Every time. Okay.
Every time.
For the first time in my life, I did it.
What's crazy is like I was the only. All my friends in high school like played this game, and I was like the only one who had ever done that before. Like none of them had apparently ever invested in Charm or Intimidate. I guess.
Dumb.
And right
because it didn't do damage, bro.
And
they're partially
when
right.
I talked about that. I felt so cool. I felt so cool and smart for having done. Like you can talk the final enemy into killing himself, but then you have to fight him anyway. He becomes the most annoying enemy type in the game.
Honestly, I think the first
but I do
phase
love that
is
surprise,
worse.
though. I love that twist. I've never fought him in the first phase because I've always talked him into shooting himself.
Yeah, he's flying around on his little hoverboard, and it sucks. And he's flying through all the the council space, and I mean all of it, including the little room corridors that you can go down and he can hide behind.
What the fuck?
Silly, very silly.
Yeah, no, I've always just made him shoot himself, which is awesome. That's that more games should let you talk the final boss into killing himself.
It does rule.
If you invest in a skill, let us use that skill when it comes time, and not just be like, well, dialogue's over. I hope you invested some points into combat because you need to do combat here.
Now, personally, I don't think it.
You have to do.
It doesn't make much sense for him to kill himself, though.
No?
If he's convinced that he has actually done horrible wrong, then I think it does make sense.
It's just like Saren doesn't care about that shit.
He actually was a good person.
No, but he
or was
wasn't.
he just indoctrinated?
No, because I read all the Mass Effect books, including the prequel book about Captain Anderson becoming a Spectre and going on a mission with Saren.
But none of those books were written until after that game.
I guess. Yeah, that's fair.
In the context of the game, it does because on Vermeer he is like struggling with the indoctrination.
He pauses.
Like when you're like, dude, you're indoctrinated. He's like, fuck. No, wait, no, I'm not. But you can tell he's struggling with it, and so like, I guess I'm more.
I buy the Renegade suicide talk more than the Paragon.
Well, the Paragon one, you're just trying to convince him to turn. Like, you failed.
Yeah.
You're not doing the good that you thought you were going to do, which I agree that would make less sense to him. But if you're leaning on the you are indoctrinated though, bro, that I mean, if you're charming enough, that makes sense to me. But I gotta say I love the twist that you kill him, he kills himself, whatever, and then the cybernetic parts inside of him reanimate the corpse of his body, basically, and you have to fight the skeleton of his cybernetics, which is again the most annoying enemy type in the game. The Geth jump on the walls and jump all over the place. Sapper, yeah, so annoying. They look really cool. Love the design, but so annoying to fight. And he becomes.
I also love how they always have an intro cutscene on the 3 main planets because they have to assume this is your first time here.
Yeah, and they can't put a flag in there to be like, if already seen cutscene on other planets, skip cutscene.
Knowing them, that would break the game somehow.
Probably.
Yeah. The way this game is held together by duct tape sometimes.
Yeah, it's janky. Even the Legendary Edition has some crazy bugs. I ran into some wild bugs. Leaving the room, dropping beneath the floor, my character's model being like frozen in a very hilariously awkward pose no matter where I move.
I had a
T-poses.
weird issue of everyone turning into black squares.
Nice.
And everything was still playable, but everything was black squares in Novaria, in Elos, and there's one more planet they were like that. I think Pharos too. Even it was funny. It was like these giant, huge cubes stacked on top of each other, and especially Novaria because I could see where the Rachni were hiding. Because there were just these black squares in the floor. I'm like, all right, well there's the Rachni.
Yeah, I had a lot of fuck ups with the Rachni. They would get stuck. The one panel where there's one part towards the end where they're supposed to come up from the floor, and they just never came up. They were just permanently under the floor, and so everybody's in combat stance, and combat won't end. But there's nothing to shoot. There's nothing. So yeah, that was fun. Very fun.
I like the part when Shepard tells the party members to check if Saren's alive, and one of them double taps Saren. It's very good. For me, it was Tally, so it was very funny.
Wow, that's wild. It was Garrison mine.
Yeah. Garrison.
I had
Rex,
Tally and Liara in my
combo.
party at all times.
I like Joker getting the final shot in on Sovereign. The last proton torpedo blast.
I do hate every cut to Joker, though, in that battle scene.
Joker's a funny one for me because I thought he was really annoying as a kid, and now I love him because he makes fun of everything and everyone, and I want to make fun of everything and everyone too. He is pretty obnoxious, though.
Yeah, his role is minimum in 1, though, which I think is actually I think his role's fine in 1. And it's kind of
much more important in the second and third game.
Oh yes, he does. But I think it's really sick when you need to have that drop site for your Mako. God damn it. And
Mako.
And it's such a low like runway, a small runway, and he just says, "I can do it," and I do think that hits
On Ilos, yeah.
Yeah. But I hate it every time they cut to him in the ship, just like pressing buttons while like cutting in between battle scenes,
throwing his arms all over the place. Yeah, there's like no steering wheel for the pilots in this universe. They just press a million buttons. It's like Star Trek, but worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, he also says dialogue rallying the fleet, but we're not cutting to him when he's saying the dialogue, which would make sense. No, we're cutting to him just to see him press buttons real cool. And it's not cool. He looks like a goofball.
Yeah, he looks like a nerd on a computer, which is what he is. Yeah.
Which is what he is. Thank you, Seth Green.
A sarcastic nerd on a computer.
Save the day.
I like
you get to
save the
decide
day, but
who's
you
gonna
think
be
Shepard's
president.
dead.
Oh yeah, you do. Buried under the rubble.
Every companion's real sad.
But you're not dead.
Yeah, we never talked about Udina and Anderson really.
Yeah, Anderson's your commanding officer. He was once a Spectre candidate, but Saren sabotaged the attempt. He's a beautifully voiced character
Keith
who
David.
you're supposed to love. Yep.
Even though he's kind of a real
nice.
asshole.
Yeah, I mean, like he's for a military commander, he's about as nice as they get in terms of depictions. But he is just another shoot first, ask questions later kind of guy.
Yeah, upon this playthrough, I realized
Udina,
there's
the world's most. Sorry.
No, you go.
I was just gonna say, and Udina's the world's most insufferable asshole, and I can't imagine why anyone would ever choose him to be the council representative.
Because it's his actual job. Anderson would suck
politician.
at it.
But
I know.
every single interaction you have
They're
with him
both
is
bad.
just he's insufferable and stupid. Like, that's the only impression you're ever even shown of Udina.
Right. Well, and there's sometimes, like, at the beginning where he agrees with the council on a few things, and Shepard's like, hey, what the fuck? And it's like, no, this is actually reasonable. You still have no evidence yet.
That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, when you have no evidence, he's like, you have no evidence. Yeah.
Yeah, like,
That's
he's
a good
reasonable
point.
in the beginning, and it's also interesting being a Paragon and having him give the speech at the end, where he gives a Paragon speech.
Never seen that.
It works in a way that it's really funny that they just double down on Udina's bad because he's a politician and all politicians are inherently evil.
Yeah. It's funny, too, because doesn't it, if you choose Anderson, is it in the second? No, it's probably the third game where he just like, well, I don't want to be a politician anymore. I'm going to go back to being military guy.
Yep.
Yes.
He does.
Yes. In the third game, he quits being a counselor. Yes. And in the second game, if you made him counselor, all he does is complain. He's like, being counselor sucks.
Like, I hate this.
Which means he's the right man for the job.
Yeah.
Actually, a good politician is the one who doesn't want to lead.
Yeah, Shepard should have been the counselor.
That'd be wild. It's me, actually. First human counselor,
He just
first
says-
human specter.
Neither. I'm going to be a Spectre and a counselor.
And I do really like the last dialogue choices in the game. There's a lot of choices in this game that don't really feel like they actually matter, and not even in like large meta ways, but just in a way of it really doesn't feel like nobody cares what my Shepard says. But the choice to kill the counselor or save them, as cartoonish as it is, it just feels good to make the decision to save them.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of like, don't they frame it in a way,
That
too?
might be
It's
why
like,
I always do it.
We're also going to lose the Ascension.
Right, you're gonna lose a dreadnought.
I think
Yeah.
that's how I justified it this time around. Was it's the most
It's
important
usually-
ship in the galaxy, and we are like the most valuable military ship in the galaxy, and we're potentially about to go to war with all of a fleet of these things, maybe.
Yeah. Because I can't remember what's the choice. It's the counselors or like
Or
Alliance.
save some of your
hold
ships.
back your fleet. You'll save and you do. The Alliance fleet is significantly stronger in the third game if you chose to hold back from the Council.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously there are a million ways to overcome that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, getting the Destiny Ascension and
Yep.
and good favoritism with 3 species.
What flavor text would you like with your points? Would you like the flavor text of your Alliance fleet
Yes.
is big, or the flavor text of you saved the Ascension?
Aliens big.
Oh,
So,
do we want to talk about last thoughts before we go to questions?
Yes. I don't know if I'm going to play this game again. It's one of those games that I played a lot, kind of like KOTOR, but I can see myself playing KOTOR again. I don't see myself playing through Mass Effect again. It's I think I've done it enough to know just about everything and how little impact most choices end up having, where it's just like when I'm playing the game I'm like, there's not really any choices, it's just the same dialogue options that I choose.
That is my final thought, is that it has been fully revealed to me and proven to me at this point that BioWare games and most modern RPGs of this style don't really show you genuine choice. You don't really have a choice. These games, especially the first time you play them, especially as a kid, feel huge, they feel big, they feel like there's a million possibilities, because as far as you know, there are a million possibilities. There could be 1,000 different options down the road. This could have an impact, later in the game, or maybe even a second or third game. This could be important later in 100 ways I can't predict. And so the game is bigger than you could possibly imagine until you've played it. And then it's very small. And you realize that it was only ever 2 choices, really. And regardless, those two choices only result in different colors and flavors. Literally, in the case of the third game's final result initially and ultimately. But that's what the whole game is, really. It's, do you want to be red or blue? You're gonna do Save the Galaxy, and you're gonna do it in almost the exact same way. Ideologically, there's virtually no difference in what you do one way or the other. But do you want to do it mean, or do you want to do it sometimes nice? I don't know that I'll ever play Mass Effect again.
I actually will say, like, in defense of a game that has very few choices at the end, I think what the issue is, Mass Effect does not do the illusion of choice well, and the choices don't feel characterfully impactful, as opposed to something like Disco Elysium, where it's not like there's that many story outcomes that can happen in that game, but your choices are shaping your character's personality in ways that just can't happen in Mass Effect, not only because it's, older and so it didn't have as much like technology or time or budget.
Sure.
But in the sense that the story it's trying to tell isn't really a story about like characters having these interpersonal dramas. This is a pulpy sci-fi story about big ideas, big concepts, and big action.
What matters more than the decision you're making is the line you're saying. So I think
Right.
that really does make a really good point. This is just pulp. This is just random adventures along a single string of story, with random moments. Because there doesn't. I think that is something that really strikes me with Bioware games, is there is zero forced. And this you'd find this in any Bethesda game as well. Like, there's no forced consistency in your character at all. You can just keep making random choices constantly that make no sense whatsoever and destroy any kind of role playing. You don't have to have any kind of consistency in your character, and that really kind of destroys the experience of a good role playing game, I think.
Right, and it also doesn't help that it's all voiced, because that especially you don't get the tone aspect when you select these dialogue options.
Yeah, this dialogue wheel really sucks. It was a downgrade in the evolution of gaming that too many RPG systems picked up. We need to go back to knowing exactly what the character says, or something close to that.
And this is why I still really think Dragon Age Origins actually does their model of choices the best.
Well, I guess we'll talk about that next year.
Should we move on to questions?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Questions.
First set of questions comes from Bean. What's your favorite comfort food? I like a spicy pasta. Yeah, it's also pizza.
Pizza.
Spicy pasta is a good choice. That's a go-to for me. But I more often barbecue.
Ooh.
So I'll do, for me, pulled pork or ribs. Those are comfort foods for me.
Hell yeah. If you made another Mass Effect video game or a game like Mass Effect, what would that be like? What parts would be different? What parts would be the same? What would the plot be?
I think a large part of what I would want in a separate Mass Effect game is I would like to not play as a human. I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
I think that would change the scope of what a Mass Effect would be, a game would be. But I think there would be a good argument for like, I don't know if either of you played Mass Effect Andromeda.
I did.
That'd be a perfect time to let you play as any of the races.
Nope.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
They really shot themselves directly in the dick over and over and over again with that game. They made every wrong decision with Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a shame. What a waste.
I would. Oh, you go.
I was just going to say Star Trek. I think being a Starfleet captain is an excellent opportunity for these kinds of stories, this kind of gameplay. And you can make choices, but within the context of being a Starfleet captain, you kind of have to be a decent person to some degree. You could be decent in many different ways. You can be different kinds of captains, but I like the idea of a sci-fi universe where the standard option isn't horrible racism or, some kind of, just galactic xenophobic regime. I would love to see a good Star Trek game, period, honestly.
I don't know if Star Trek Resurgence is good, but it is a Telltale Star Trek game.
Yeah. What about you, Faden?
Okay, so I think it'd be great. So kind of playing on Andromeda, but what if we did play in a colony ship that didn't have cryo freezing, and it was a generational colony ship that you had to manage over time to make it to another galaxy.
Yeah, I'd be okay. Yeah, and then you get like scout ships to travel to planets that you're.
Oh no, you wouldn't be traveling to planets at all.
You'd have to. So you were only on the.
Yeah,
spaceship.
you're in deep space, and you are on the space station having to figure out how to survive and make choices like that. And there's like different party members.
You're the regulator. You're the regulator who wakes up every several cycles to check on things.
Yeah.
And every time you wake up, you see the consequences of your previous decisions and have to deal with the unexpected new things that are happening.
Or if it's like a really like linear narrative story-driven game where it's about this specific moment in time, where my kind of thought is, what if everyone's cryopod broke and they all had to be awake and go, fuck, how do we survive now? And the decisions that have to be made for that in order for the colony ship to survive.
Would your game include? Would it end when you get there, or would you continue once you get there?
It would end when
What
you get there.
Prefer? Yeah,
that would be like beating it, quote unquote.
Too
if
large
you can
scope
even
of a game, I think if you get to that point.
Yeah, no, that's just a different game. I'm talking more like a management game, not even like
Yep.
all playing like Mass Effect.
I was gonna say this is not like Mass Effect now.
But it is set, so again, I'm saying it's if you made another Mass Effect video game, and this is I think that'd be fun.
If you use the universe to make it,
Scotty asks, "What's your fondest gaming memory of all time?"
That's easy for me. It was staying up all night, getting our parents' permission, and staying up all night on a school night, 11 to get Skyrim, and then play it all night long before we all agreed to go to school the next day, and we did. And then as soon as school was out, we went straight back home and played Skyrim all that whole weekend, all together. Me and my buddies all in one basement. We would bring extra TVs and our Xboxes and whatever if we were all playing separately.
That would be cool.
All playing the same game together the day it came out, Skyrim. That was awesome. I was the first person to get Dragon Bone armor.
This might be a similar answer for me then, I guess, because that unlocked a memory of when I got Skyrim. I took my PS3 down to my college's shared TV room, which nobody would ever go down because it was in a basement, and I hooked it up to that big TV and played Skyrim with my partner, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
My fondest video game memories are definitely MMO raids, specifically Destiny 2. I would do the day one raids where you have 24 hours to do the content. And the longest time I spent doing a single raid trying to beat the entire thing was, I think we did 16 hours, with probably like a 2-hour break at one point. But we grinded the entire week beforehand, because you have 5 days before the raid drops. The expansion comes out. You have 5 days to grind to get to the highest light level you possibly can, so that way you're not going to get one shot by everything. And then you're playing the raid on the hardest difficulty that it'll never be harder than it is right then, because it's on just a higher tier difficulty. And then once you clear it, and after 24 hours is done, they put it to easy mode, and it never goes back to insane hard mode. Me and my clan buddies, who it was a huge huge friend group that I had made just completely online, just randomly while playing Destiny. We did it after 16 hours. We beat the day one raid, and we got raid jackets. Because if you beat it within 24 hours, you get a token, which then you could buy. And we were like, "Fuck it, dude! We did it. We're buying raid jackets," and we all got them. And I still have mine. And the feeling I felt when you finally get past the DPS check on the final boss, and 16 hours of gameplay and strategy is done, and you and five of your best friends are all work together to get that done. The feeling of like teamwork and appreciation for your buddies, and like the elation of like we did it unmatched in any other video game I've played.
You are the most gamer on the podcast.
I love video games. They're so much fun. I love video games and the community that you can find in them.
Hell yeah.
I am often scared by the community you can find in video games, and repulsed by it. So I've had worse luck.
Yeah, you got to find cool people, cool fun people.
Scotty also asks, predictions for gaming in 2026 / favorite 2025 game.
Ooh.
My prediction is that hopefully on stage a demon will steal Jeff Keighley's soul, and the Game Awards will be done forever.
That'd be nice. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see at least one more like video game darling studio go completely under and just betray everyone. So like CD
get
Projekt
bought out.
Red, or or if not even get bought out, like they're at least like somebody that we thought could never fail and could never let us down is going to let us down this year. Like there's going to be some big project, like The Witcher 4 is going to be terrible or something.
Well, of course it is. It's going to be The Witcher 4.
Yeah, shut up. The Witcher 3 was awesome.
The Witcher 3 is fine enough. I just have played better games since then. You know, I've also changed as a person. I accept this.
Witcher 3 is a top 5 game for me and is going to sit there for a good while. Mainly, I just love that universe, but
it's not even in my top 100.
Wow.
Now hang on. Is The Witcher 2 in my top 100?
Games.
No, is The Witcher 2 in my top 100? Absolutely.
That is weird.
Witcher 2 is below Witcher 3.
That's just weird. That's just weird, Faden.
I like The Witcher 2 a lot.
Is Witcher 1 in your top 10?
I've never played The Witcher 1, actually, but I do want to play it and collect the sex cards.
The sex cards are pretty funny.
They're pretty cool. Like, thanks for banging me, Geralt. Here's a pornographic card of me.
Yeah. Yeah. Predictions for 2026.
/ favorite 2025 game. I'm gonna save my 2025 game when I talk about my top 10 games I played this year.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
That's okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, I have my list ready though. But I'm gonna say prediction for 2026. I think we're gonna hear about Miyazaki's next game, next Soulsborne game, whether it's gonna be through a leak or something like that. And I think people are gonna go feral because Elden Ring became so popular, which is still my least favorite Soulsborne game.
Do you think the Switch 2 game will be announced more?
I don't care.
Well, that would be the most likely candidate, though.
Yeah, the Bloodborne game that probably no one will play
Yeah.
because they put it exclusively on the Switch too. What a stupid idea.
It'll probably be for like a year or
yeah.
so, like how things are now these days.
Yeah. However, I didn't think Night Rain was going to be as big as it was going to be. It's definitely died down now, and only the hardcore, I think, Soulsborne players still play it. But I was surprised at how many hours I put in that game. I put 150 hours in Night Rain.
Damn.
The gameplay loop just really, really got to me, and it's really easy to play at work.
Your favorite 2025 game is definitely Wilds, though.
Wilds? Oh, yeah. Monster Hunter, whenever a Monster Hunter release comes out, that's the number one slot for me. For sure.
Do you got your prediction? I have another one.
Yeah, Miyazaki.
Oh yeah, that's right. I get distracted by
game.
Dark Souls.
The A team will announce in their next game.
The A team? What? You haven't even played Armored Core 6, bud.
Yeah, but it's not a Soulsborne, so
It's a better game.
The B team made it.
Oh my god.
I haven't played it yet, but I was interested in it.
You
But
really should.
It just costs money, so.
Well, of course. If you could change one plot point in Mass Effect, what plot point would you change, and how would you change it? Could be funny or serious. I'd make it so the Turians were also monogendered and also wanted to fuck you.
All male, all postured as male.
All postured as male and also horny with all species. No, I would change the entire conception for Reapers. I would change it back to their dark matter theory they had in 2.
Yeah, that was a,
Not that they're
was
fish.
a more interesting one.
I hate 3.
Yeah,
The
Three's
the
pretty
fish
bad.
retcon in 3 was so stupid.
yes. I would add literally at least one communist faction. What the fuck?
Those aren't real.
How do all these species get to space? Nobody's a communist. That doesn't make any sense.
Aren't the Batarians kind of communists, or am I misremembering?
No.
Okay,
No.
okay.
They have a strict social caste system.
Right.
They have slaves. They have no. The like Solarians and Asari. I mean, the Solarians have a lot of private corporate finance and stuff, so not them. But the Asari kind of vaguely sometimes.
But they also have private
are
corporate
socialist
finance
leaning,
because that's the
but
natural
they
state of
also
the
have-
world.
Yeah. So right. So it's really no. There are no socialists or communists. I would change that.
That would be cool.
I
Would
would
you make
change
one
the
species the
plot.
communist one?
Duh.
Would you what one would you change? If you had to-
Solarians. I think. I think it would make the most sense for the Solarians to be communists.
Now hear me out, Krogan. I mean, if you think about it, though, they have the material reasons for it.
I think the Krogan led by Rex would become a kind of commune. I think
They're all anarchists until Rex unites them.
They kind of do in the
Yeah.
third if you
Yeah,
really champion him.
absolutely. I think that's where they're headed. Yeah.
Yeah, plot point. I would just make it so the council included one of each of the major races. Like once you get to the Citadel, you would get a counselor, and like as long as like your faction's big enough, you would start having say in what's going on with the Citadel. So like that way, the Volus are more prominent, the Elcor are more prominent, the Hanar are more prominent.
It would also
I think
just
it
be
would
cool to
lead
see
more
them
interesting
all.
Politics. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I want to see more of. I want to see more of
There's
the
just
aliens.
no
I don't
good
care about the
reason
humans.
for that not to be the case.
Yeah. Well, there's no good reason for it to not be the case, and for that to not be like an important plot point, as opposed to
especially
humans
if-
are just special.
Especially if the Volus are supposed to be, I'm assuming, are supposed to be like the richest out of any of them because they are just the super bankers, the super economy guys. How are they not in charge of politics? How do they not have it? How do they not buy their seat?
it's said in the codexes that they are literally like they are essential for the Turian government and like for Turian society to exist. The Volus are 100% necessary. They are completely integrated, and they are not rewarded as such.
Well, it's because they have no military might. They're weak. Same with Elcor. That's also part of it too. The species that don't do war
and
well.
the Hanar.
And the Hanar.
That's exactly it. Yeah, it's just
even though the Hanar have secret assassins.
It's just the UN.
It is just the UN.
I would change the plot point at the UN would be cooler.
It'd be sick if the UN was a big chamber of random aliens, and each game introduced more prominently, so it could be like, oh, they've always been there, but now we're highlighting them.
Yeah, and then you could have factions where it's like, maybe we shouldn't give people a seat as soon as they get here. Like, that would be the detractors, but then, like, make that, like, the constitutional thing where it's like, as soon as a species is like, smart enough to get to the Citadel on their own, they get a seat, and we help them up from that point. I think that'd be an interesting plot point change.
And like the thing we're describing is we wish Mass Effect was more about this like kind of tricky political situation, I think. Because it is kind of interesting, but it's never in conflict with things in the main story. The most is when they're like, you don't have a counselor, so we're just going to kind of ignore you. And then the middle half is gone, and then the back half is, all right, you get one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for winning our war. Here's a counselor.
John asks, do you think Navigator Presley would have been a Grand Wizard in the 1950s?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't.
That
Probably
racist
is
as
now.
fuck.
Maybe
Absolutely.
maybe I'm just more jaded, but Presley really gave a moderate liberal sort of vibe to me. Where it's like, I'm uncomfortable about these aliens, but if you say it's what's supposed to be happening, then I guess it's happening.
Yeah,
You are his commander.
Ashley would be a Grand Wizard.
Yes.
If Grand Wizards could be girls.
Grand Witch.
Presley,
Wizardess.
yeah,
Wizard S.
Presley, yeah, Presley is like the guy who he like wears the clan uniform, but he's like, but why do we have to burn the crosses? You know, like he's
Oh my
like,
God. We could be respectable.
Like, that's yeah,
He's respectability
that's Presley.
politics to the hate groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are Christian.
Fuck. Which alien species do you see yourself as, other than human?
Sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been having a hard time thinking about this one.
This was easy for me.
Yeah, well, we're not all lucky
like
like you.
First thought was like Alcor, was just like able to
That's
just
what
say
I thought you
their
were gonna
emotion
pick
is.
was Elcor.
Yeah. 100%.
No.
Also, just generally calm and helpful. Just like
Yeah, I'm feeling this right now, just so you know.
yeah.
I think I kind of have a lot of Krogan in me.
Yeah, you're super
One.
stubborn.
I think I
And
got a lot of
weirdly
Krogan in me.
aggro.
Weirdly
Yes,
aggro
yeah.
for some reason, but ultimately a good hang.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that how you attach yourself to Krogan?
Yeah, and I'm constantly fighting for their rights. I believe in Krogan rights.
I do
Me
too.
too.
I every single
I think everyone
playthrough,
should.
I'm always
Yeah.
on Krogan side.
Let them eat the fish in the proscenium.
Yeah. I love that.
Think there's fish in there?
Well, that's a bit that
You
even
bu- you
continues to the second game.
You can buy them. You buy them an
I'm a
aquarium
third.
fish. You could buy them an aquarium fish and sell it to them, or you can give it to them if you're nice. But yeah.
Dale asks, who's the Bioware guy in this one?
Caden.
I mean, I think it's Ashley in a way, right? Because the Bioware guys also has a rancid streak, and Caden don't got that.
Yeah. They're usually
maybe I'm
like the
missing it.
most. Yeah.
What's the Bioware guy? I
Like
think I'm
the
missing-
Karth guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Karth
the voice
and then
actor. That
and
is
then-
also the same.
Karth and then Atten and
Yep.
then. I mean, I would say it's Caden Ashley, but they are kind of the same character in some respects.
I feel like Ashley's
Yeah.
more the Bioware guy, though. Because
I think that's
Ashley
that's a
has
good
the
answer.
nastiness that Karth has when you're a woman.
Yeah.
I think it would just be like it's femme Bioware guy and male Bioware guy. It's just they split them two.
I just don't think
because
Caden's interesting.
They're so intertwined throughout the
'cause
entire
they
story.
They take the soft
neither is
boy
Karth a lot of
aspects
the
of
time.
BioWare because software. Well, BioWare guy always has soft aspects. Like Atten and
Right.
Karth have softer aspects,
But they also have fucked
that's
up
all
past.
just in Caden now. That's all in Caden now, and yeah, and the angry, jilted whatever is all in Ashley. So yeah, I
So
think
is it more like
they're
there's a good
split.
BioWare guy and an evil one, and
Yeah, you've
Ashley
got
is the
Renegade
evil
and
and
Paragon. Yeah, they gave
Yeah,
you two
that's
BioWare
what
guys
it
this
is.
time. Yeah,
God.
you get to pick. That makes them even more of a BioWare guy.
Hilver asks, I played Mass Effect 1 at least 5 times through with different classes and difficulty levels in 2008 as a teenager. I've never played the other
That's
games.
not a question.
Should I
not a
play Mass
question.
Effect 2 and 3 now? Be nice to Hilver. They always ask great questions.
I know. I'm just, I'm just razzing
If
their
you've never
berries.
played 2 and 3, yes.
No. I'm saying no. I say just leave it.
I'm saying
I would
yes.
say if you have the time and you start playing 2 and it's fun, go for it. Just finish them. Find out what it was like. See what these stories are. Like I said, I played Mass Effect 2 again in a very funny way. Like that is a very being Renegade Shepard in Mass Effect 2 can be very funny. And just the game in general, making fun of it when it thinks it's being cool is very funny. So if you can play a game like that, like if you can watch a movie that's bad and enjoy it because it's bad, you might be able to play these games and enjoy them as bad stories. I think genuinely I enjoy some of the combat in Mass Effect 2 and 3. I genuinely had fun with those combat missions most of the time. And so if you can just treat like the story as a joke, then I would say go for it.
You want to play a game about aliens that are similar to humans but different? Play a game called Blippo Plus.
Oh my god, you and Blippo.
Channel surf on your Blippo Plus. Get some alien culture.
I have a hard time understanding the difference of how other people's brains works. I wouldn't be able to start a game series and enjoy the first one and then not feel compelled to beat 2 and 3. So that's why I'm so adamant. I'm like, how could you not just
Well, if
go
you
and
played
do
it in
2 and
2008 only, before even 2's out,
But
I
5
kind of get
times?
it. Look, I played Dragon Age
if
Inquisition
you-
6 times all the way through
If you played
in 1 year.
If
Me
you
too.
played the first Mass Effect, and didn't feel compelled to play more, then maybe you shouldn't. Yeah, I don't know. Because for all
That's
three
why
of us, Mass Effect 1 really grabbed us.
Yeah.
And
I still find it mildly
and that's why
interesting
we
compared
played
to the
2
other
and
two.
3.
I also
I
think
think each of the 3 games is so different, and they're interesting for very different reasons. You're gonna cringe a lot more in Mass Effect 3 than you are in 2, and that's saying something.
Huh?
Ugh.
Well, and also
cringed the
the
most in
music's
3.
worse than the other ones, and that's the big thing for me. The vibes are just not as good.
Yeah.
Also, we forgot to mention the end credits song, M4 Part 2, Whips.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
Oh yeah. That always hits me every time.
Always. It's such a... it's beautiful.
I remember it takes me back to the first time I beat the game, and I'm like, oh yeah, that good feel.
It takes me to playing that song really loud, like driving along the coast of my hometown. It's like such a specific type of memory that it hits me with. Okay, that's it for questions. But technically we're not done. We got 2 more things we need to do. It is December, which means we have to do our tournament bracket of deciding which game was the best Game Club game we played this year. And so I have this bracket set up, and we got to debate it out. Which game do we think was better for each competition? Are you two ready?
Production standpoint, are you able to
Do you
show
where's
us
the
bracket?
I
Can
don't.
you put it somewhere
Yeah, I
where
can
we can
copy
see
and paste. Yeah, I can snip it. 1 second. I'm just gonna do it by hand,
Sure.
keeping track of shit. But let me post the bracket. Since it is a 12 seed bracket, a few games got a bye. I hit the randomizer quite a few times and then stopped, so it was fair, and I wasn't choosing favorites.
Okay.
So our first one is Transistor versus Citizen Sleeper 2.
Easy.
I think that's Citizen Sleeper 2.
Yeah.
All right. Judero versus
I love
Mass
Transistor,
Effect.
but yeah.
Easy.
Ooh.
This is
Yeah,
Coughing
honestly-
Baby versus Hydrogen Bomb.
It's surprisingly easy. Yeah, Judero.
Yeah.
All right.
Way
Disco
more
Elysium
I can't
versus
believe
Ghost
that.
Trick.
That's a wild choice. Sorry.
For real.
Disco Elysium. Wow.
Disco
That's
Elysium.
the easiest choice.
I like Ghost Trick.
Yeah. Ghost Trick was
Battlefield
fine,
Gothic.
but Disco Elysium. Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you
think
want to
those
share
are the
brief,
easy
quick
ones.
thoughts because you weren't on the episode?
For
Disco?
which one?
You weren't on for Disco. You were sick.
Disco.
Oh, that's right.
No.
I just gave my thoughts.
You played it, but you couldn't make it. I think you were sick.
I was super
Something
sick.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that game was so cool. That we talked a lot. It's brought up. I thought about it a lot while talking about this and while playing this game. And like, man, what if a game's choices were actually interesting and shaped your character?
Yeah.
And there you go, Disco
Yeah,
Elysium.
and then-
if you play through Mass Effect again after playing it before previously, and you're like, man, nothing really matters when I'm playing this game. The combat's not even fun. Why am I playing this? Go play Disco Elysium. You get a really cool experience.
Yes.
Battlefleet Gothic versus Dread
another-
Delusion.
Another easy one, Dread Delusion.
Dread Delusion, absolutely. Okay.
I'm so happy you guys love that game.
I love that game.
It is so awesome.
Republic Commando versus
Okay.
Citizen Sleeper 2.
Citizen Sleeper 2.
Citizen Sleeper
Citizen
2.
Sleeper 2.
Judero
Bigger
versus
impact.
Sonic Heroes. Now, hear me out.
All right, we know it's Sonic Heroes on this
We
one.
know it's Sonic Heroes because Metal Sonic is the real Sonic.
God, what a horrible game.
But Judero is really real.
Oh, right, true. All right, Judero it
Real.
is.
Yes.
Now, here's an actual tough one for me, personally. Disco Elysium versus
Really?
Lorelei and the Laser Eyes.
I will say this for Lorelei. Lorelei grew on me more and more. It really surprised me. It was a puzzle game I came to respect, though I did not fully enjoy it. And I never did go back and finish it like I thought I would. And I don't know that I will. I do respect that game. I greatly respect that game. But Disco Elysium is just way too important to me for me to not vote for that.
Yeah, I like Disco Elysium's important to me too, but Lorelei is it wins out for me because of freshness. Because I played Disco Elysium before, and like when I'm thinking about games I really enjoyed playing for this game club, Lorelei was.
Okay, then we need to step back a second and have a conversation. What is the point of this bracket? Because I view
kind of
it
our
as
feelings.
Best game,
It's
not
nebulous.
my favorite game I played this year.
Those are both
Okay.
the same to me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's fine if you want to just view it as
think-
best game. Like that's fine. I'm fine with
Just-
Disco Elysium,
It's
by the
just
way.
interesting that. Yeah. What do you think? Max?
I also I don't like only puzzle games.
So fair.
And
Yeah.
I enjoyed following the story of Disco Elysium a lot more than I enjoyed. I agree with what Uncle said. I've respected Lorelei. I didn't respect it as a game. I respected it as a piece of interesting art. But I also respect Disco Elysium as an interesting piece of art, and also highly respect it as a game where I was just thoroughly enjoyed the entire time. And for me, frustration. Well, I felt frustration in both games. The Disco Elysium frustration was that it was making me make choices that I knew were difficult for me to make, but I was still wanting to make difficult choices because the story was so interesting. Where Lorelei, I was frustrated because my brain's not working in the right way right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it sounds like Disco.
I like
for
every.
me,
I like. Yeah.
Dread Delusion versus Still Wakes the Deep, famously popular game.
Hilarious.
Dread Delusion?
I keep forgetting about Still Weeks the Deep. Yeah, Dread
Yeah.
Delusion's got to be.
I enjoyed my time together.
Yeah,
I did.
We had a lot of fun playing Still Wakes the Deep with our friends, but the game itself, garbage.
Stinky.
All right. Citizen Sleeper 2 versus Judaro. Now this is hard.
I gotta think.
This is hard.
I think I would pick Judaro though. I think about the conversation about like swords and their imagery in media often, or about the cows talking about universal love and non-universal love and like all different forms of love too while you're collecting hearts. Carlisle.
This is probably the hardest one I have to make a decision on. I think
so hard. Citizen Sleeper 2 means a lot to me. It struck so many heartstrings so consistently, so beautifully. My only complaint was that I wanted more, and I don't even know that it needed more. You know, like I don't know that one more bite would have been satisfying or overstuffed. Like I loved that game so much, but there is something truly unique about Judaro, and like equally heartfelt, and it made me feel a lot of things. I enjoyed playing Citizen Sleeper a lot more. I think the experience of Judaro had a bigger emotional impact on me. It's hard for me to make a decision.
The Glass Mountain song is like, so good in Judaro.
Both of these games. So both these games were like heavy hitters in the beginning of the year. Honestly,
Yeah.
And so it was such a fantastic time for me because I was obviously new to being a host on this podcast, and everything was like, holy shit, this is a whole new world of video games that I just would not have ever touched. I mean, Judaro was one game that was on my wish list already before we even talked about being at the next game. But definitely, Citizen Sleeper. I love the characters in that game. I had real big attachments to, and really enjoyed wanting to see more. And I would have loved to. I probably would have loved playing like an additional 10 hours of Citizen Sleeper 2 of just more content. But I agree. I don't know if it. I think it's the best kind of way to end a game is where you're like, I want more, but I don't know if it needed more because the way it makes me feel. But I think the difficulty with these two games is that depending on which lens I'm looking at them through, whether it's like how it made me feel, what the music was, what pieces of art, styles of art that I enjoy personally, it goes they go pound for pound, like back and forth.
Honestly,
I just think Judaro is something so unique and special.
I agree. I think Judaro's beating it out for me just because of what I personally enjoy. A big part of it was the physical aspect of the art, then transported into digital to make a game out of just all the claymation stuff, all the fact that everything was a prop, that meant so much to me as a piece of art.
Well, and
for a video game,
I just think about these small moments where you have to find the witch. The witch is causing problems, and you eventually meet the witch, and you're just having a cup of tea with her because you and the witch are
she's like
connected.
Your
you're lovers.
Yeah. I So I was going to have to flip a coin if the two of you couldn't agree, but I didn't want to, and I feel like my heart says Judero. My head says Citizen Sleeper 2, but my heart says Judero.
That's
I
such.
think that's a great
Yeah.
way to say it, honestly. And I think in this point, what I enjoy most is media and art through my heart, and Judero was definitely one of the. I think I had a smile on my face playing Judero more than any other game this year.
Yeah.
Not to say that's going to make it the best thing ever, but that game was such a good time.
Here's another way to put it. I think Citizen Sleeper 2 would want us to pick Judero.
Yeah.
And Judero's smiling because he knows we already picked him.
Looking down from the mountaintop.
Yeah.
He's waving at us.
All right, so Disco Elysium versus Dread Delusion.
Damn, another really tough
This
choice.
is the toughies now.
Jesus. I don't know.
Now,
This one,
it's like mechanics versus
okay.
story, right? In a
Yeah.
way, like, yes, Dread Delusion has a good story, but it really sung in its mechanics and world exploration, and it being, like, very Morrowind coded.
Yeah. It definitely plays on your rose-tinted glasses a lot.
Look, I played
definitely
Morrowind
style
this
of those
year,
games.
so I don't got rose-tinted glasses. I got contacts on that thing.
Rose-tinted contacts.
I
see clearly.
this is tough. The mechanics
I'm like anti-disco,
of-
I feel like. I'm choosing Dread Delusion.
I think the mechanics of Disco are so Dread Delusion I love for the story. Actually, I have the other way.
Oh, really?
The story of Dread Delusion really is remarkable to me in terms of like every choice you make really is, I think, a hard choice. Like almost every
That's true.
choice is a hard choice.
Yeah, I want to talk about games with choices.
It is so like the world itself really is so original. And so is Disco by a long way compared to most other games. Both of these games are completely original, very interesting, very unique, very special stories. I love the dialogue and everything in both of them. I will say though, did the mechanic of choosing the voices that speak to you in your own head for Disco is so unique. It's so special. Disco Elysium does something to your heart when you play it. I think
I will counter
Or at least
argue.
it
You know what does
certainly
something to
can.
your heart? When you're going super fast. When you cast your magic run spell.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. Here's the decider for me. I got bored with parts of Dread Delusion.
Fair.
And I never got bored with anything in Disco Elysium, no matter how many times I play it. I love the soundtrack and the sound design for Dread Delusion, but the album produced by Sea Power for Disco Elysium is iconic and incredible. The voice work in Disco Elysium is, at least the narrator, is just next level. And many of the other characters.
Yeah,
as
when they
well.
got actual voice actors, it was a lot better.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to pick Disco for me. It's too, like, for me, my gaming experience is too revolutionary. Like it was too big of a bomb drop in my world. And I'll still say Dread Delusion is an incredible game that also really rocked my world. Like it was, I love Dread Delusion.
This is nitpicks here.
Yeah.
But Disco Elysium wins out for me.
Yeah. I made my decision on which one as soon as you said Dread Delusion versus Disco Elysium. Just from the first thing I thought of is I was like, which game left me wanting more? And for me, it, in a bad way, it was Dread Delusion. It felt like it. for how much I enjoy it and how much I wanted to share it with everyone else to like check out this game. It's jank in bad ways. It's incomplete in frustrating ways that I want a lot more from that world, where I think Disco Elysium gives me a perfect wrapped up present of here you go. And there's nothing I want added into Disco Elysium. It feels complete, it feels done, and it feels like they presented a masterpiece and said, here you go. Yeah. Much larger team size on that, which makes sense for all of this. Like, there's a lot of things, like, if you were to go pound for pound on dev team sizes for these things, Dread Delusion would win for me. But for me personally, impact and just in pure enjoyment of like wanting more, but then also the game giving me what I wanted more. Disco Elysium gave me the stuff that I wanted from that game. Where Dread Delusion, there's a lot of times where it was like the story fell through for me. The big thing I can say is like the difficult choices. That's probably the most interesting thing. In terms of story for me, but the bigger thing on that is like I love the art style of Dread Delusion. I love the music of Dread Delusion. And I love the world of Dread Delusion, but I love all those things about Disco Elysium 2 and more.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Dread Delusion myself. I mean, obviously Disco wins, but the thing about Dread Delusion is I mentioned how much I didn't like Caxton Frost that much, and the entire podcast turned on me with such passion for this man I did not give a shit about. And that was like something like, oh, this game resonates in a way with people in different ways, which I think is neat.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so the finale: Jutaro versus Disco Elysium. It's Jutaro with a bullet for me. I don't think you can like. Jutaro is kind of the thing I wish games aspire to be. I wish they would have the genius and ingenuity.
I feel the exact same way about Disco.
Of course.
I feel that way about both of these games in equal measure.
And I think specifically Jutaro plays with the form of video games in such a way that it feels really fresh to witness. And it's not like claymation games haven't been done before, but the way it like played with claymations and specifically made you know that this was made by humans felt so invigorating to play in a year when game companies are trying to make you forget that humans are involved with games whatsoever, even going to the point of now announcing that they're going to do AI stuff. And Jutaro just feels like the vaccine to this disease that's running through all of everything.
If we include the scope of the creation process with the game itself, then I think you're absolutely right, because especially when you look at the story of Zaum, the company that made Disco, and then due to corporate interference and personal drama went completely under and became this hideous corporate entity like what Zaum is today.
Zero Parade's coming out at some point. Yeah, a game that looks rancid. At some point,
the merch that they sell for their game is just unbelievably expensive and absurd. I don't know. This is a really hard one for me because Disco Elysium it's what I want every RPG to be. I want them to be like this. I want them to be this innovative. I want the writing to be this challenging. I want the mystery to be real and it to exist on every level. So like the writing is just fantastic. The gameplay is original and fun, and I feel so many different things. It does
have a lot of Planescape Torment in it. I do have to throw that out there.
That's true, and that's a game I haven't played
especially
a lot,
with the like internal.
I know it was a huge influence on the mechanics.
And like, I don't think that makes it a lesser game. By the way, I'm just saying, like, I don't want to.
Yeah,
I
know. I just
I want us to realize
it's
it does come from somewhere.
Not pure out of the either originality.
And that doesn't make it worse or better.
I know. But it's a good point.
Yeah.
Judaro, amazing, beautiful work of art. I like the handcrafted element to all of it in the face of, as you pointed out, the corporate AI takeover, the shitification of the entire world, the dehumanization of everything we do, including our art.
Yeah, well,
I like
just specifically
Judaro
art.
As I like Judaro in the face of that. I also like Disco in the face of that. I think we're looking at a smiling face in the face of doom and destruction, and we're looking at the expression in the face of doom and destruction. Like that. Disco Elysium offers the expression, the face that the character makes. It's a smile, but it's a disco smile. And Judaro's just smiling. I'm feeling so abstract about these games now.
I'm trying to differentiate between a smile and a disco smile.
Oh, disco smiles got some amphetamines.
So many more.
Okay, that makes sense.
Feelings behind it.
I mean, Judaro isn't that clean though. It was sexual.
I'm not saying
it was.
I'm not saying it's not mature or that it's squeaky clean.
Okay.
I'm saying that Disco stares more directly at the seedy underbelly of mankind, whereas Judaro does that. Judaro does that. Like,
remember the priest
right off the
line
bat.
Stealing the baby?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just think Judaro. Again, Judaro has a positivity to it, and Disco, I don't think necessarily has. Well, I guess you know what? If you include,
it depends. That's the great thing about Disco. It kind of depends.
Yeah, and that's
kind of the beauty of it. Like the argument for it is, it kind of lets you have different views and expressions of the world that are ultimately a little bit cynical, but it's not trying to be unearnest.
Yeah, no, it's not a purely cynical thing, but it includes cynicism.
Yeah,
where I think Judaro accepts the darkness of the world, but is not as cynical.
Yeah, it's more optimistic on the view of humanity, and like the things that we can do and create as humans.
Yeah,
I think they're both amazing games.
Yeah. This is so hard.
There's the cringe, unfun answer is they both win. Congratulations.
Nope, we gotta choose.
I know.
I'll be a stickler.
Because like I've already said everything I can really say about those two games in terms of like how enjoyable, how wonderful, how fantastical, how perfectly frustrating Disco Elysium can be for me to play as just my personality in terms of like what it takes for me to play certain games. When it comes down to it for me, I think it's easy enough for me to stop thinking too much about it and say I enjoy playing games for the fun of them, and I think I had the most fun playing Judaro. I weight fun very heavily when playing games, even though I can say all the things I've said about the more artistic games that we've played, and really appreciate and enjoy those aspects of them. But for me, like I said previously, like I don't think there's a single time I was playing Judaro and I wasn't just smiling. Just because, honestly, like the claymation aspect of it is such a like that I care so deeply about that personally, where I will seek out any and all media that has to do with stop motion or claymation or props or practical effects that for me personally, Judero is my favorite game of the year. The way they can, because I've never seen something like that before. Someone translate that into a game, and while I can say infinitely more better things about Disco Elysium, I think what weighs heavily for me is that I enjoyed Judero so much more, which is saying a lot because Disco Elysium is an amazing game that will sadly probably won't see another one like that for a while.
I'll round this off. I am happy to accept Judero as our game of the year. It is a beautiful game. It is a beautiful thing. This will be my final statement. Disco Elysium is the soul that I have. Judero is the soul that I strive to become.
Aw, I get that.
I think that's
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does.
It does make
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense. Yes.
Yeah. I am Harry Dubois in so many horrifying ways. But I want to be more like Judero.
I think you have the power. I think Judero specifically says you have the power to do that. You can climb the mountain.
Things.
Okay.
Make things and love people.
Game. I love Judero.
Last thing before we say goodbye. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the games that we played in 2025 that were our favorite games that we played. At least that's how I made my list. I also have a best games that came out in 2025 list. Would you prefer both or just one of them? I'll go quickly through
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll go quickly through the 2025 games. We got Blippo Plus. We got Ball Pit. We got Machina. We got Silk Song. We got Rainbows of Carnivore. And we got Citizen Sleeper 2. Now, best games that I personally played in 2025. Starting at the bottom. Silk Song. I am on the last boss of this. It is really hard, but the little guys, they're really great. Rainbows are Carnivores, a very short, 15-minute mobile game where you play as a man fishing for nude men in a lake. And it is a game about hookup culture because eventually you get to change the parameters of the fish, as if you're doing grinder filters. And you're changing things like pH level, fish food, yada, yada. Continuing. Dread Delusion. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Citizen Sleeper 2. Skies of Arcadia. Great. In a year where Claire Obscure came out, I played a good JRPG. I played Skies of Arcadia. Fate Stay Night. I'm obsessed. Currently reading the next one. Uncle, cannot wait to hear your thoughts one day. I just recommend keep giving it a bit of a chance. I think you will fall for it, especially if you like that series.
You bought me both. You bought me two of these games, so I have to.
You don't have to.
I am obligated. No, I for my own code, I do.
Your own Bushido code, your moral code, your knightly order.
Yes.
After Fate's Day, we're in the top 3. Morrowind, best camping game. Load it up on the Steam Deck, lay in a hammock, and play some goddamn Morrowind. Judero, number 2. We've said everything we need to say about Judero. Anyone want to take my best game or my favorite game I played this year? Anyone want to take a guess?
Mass
Blippo.
Effect 1.
It's not Blippo.
It's the game where you cook cigarettes.
That was last year.
Cud.
It's Caves of Cud, baby.
That was last year.
No, Caves of Cud is this year. Arctic Eggs was
yeah.
last year. Though Arctic Eggs
It could
people
only
have a new
be
game.
Caves of Cud.
It could only be Caves of Cud. Max, you got a list?
I do have a list. Number 10 was Transistor. Number 9 was a game called Baldur's Gate 3. I know Faden does not enjoy Baldur's Gate 3, which is fair for the reasons that they may not like them. But
It's the same reasons I don't like Mass Effect. Or similar reasons.
Baldur's Gate 3. It's my favorite game of this. It's top 10 favorite games of this year because me and my friends previously gone through and played Divinity Original Sin 2, and that type of gameplay where we can schedule a day to play pseudo bad tabletop together in a gameplay format where we can convince enough people that don't like tabletop to play a tabletop adjacent game.
This is the best way to use Baldur's Gate 3. This is the correct way to play.
Yeah,
that's the most fun.
That's playing it with friends. I don't think I could ever complete a Baldur's Gate 3 run by myself.
No.
Yeah. Number 8 was Stardew Valley. Me and my girlfriend have probably gone through and beaten Stardew Valley 3 times at this point.
Oh, wow.
The third time now with a bunch of mod overhauls. It's just a game that we can consistently play together and have a fun time doing cozy. Man, work sucked today. Let's go do work on a fun, cozy farm.
Hell yeah.
Number 7, I played Borderlands 4. Looter shooters have always been part of my video game DNA, and as much as I hate Borderlands 4, I didn't play a lot of games this year, and looter shooters do scratch a really good itch for me, and I put a lot of hours into that game. But man, does it suck. Citizen Sleeper 2 was number 6. Number 5 was Disco Elysium. Number 4 was Dread Delusion. I think I would swap those now, thinking more about what I've said previously. Number 3 was Judiro. Can you guess what number 2 is? I've talked about it before.
Ooh. Monster Hunter Wilds.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No. Elden Ring Night Rain.
Definitely
my second most played game this year.
I thought you were gonna surprise us with your number 1.
No.
That's okay.
Just like Caves of Cud, it could only be one.
It could only be
one. It was
thing.
Monster Hunter Wilds. Definitely number 1. Love the Monster Hunter series. If you've never played one, go play one. They're fun.
Hell yeah. Everyone play Monster Hunter 1, get on a fan server, get it translated. Have a good time.
Don't do that. Play Freedom Unite as your first one. You'll hate it if you play number 1.
Uncle.
Okay, I do have a list. There might be some moving around for this list.
That's okay.
It's doing,
like all lists, they're ephemeral. They do not last.
I would say honorable mention for number 10 would be Lorelei, just because it changed my mind about a few things, and it made me think about myself and how I play games and approach challenges, and I came to appreciate it despite initially having an extremely difficult time, actually almost exclusively having an extremely difficult time experiencing it, if not necessarily with the puzzles themselves. Some of those puzzles drove me up a wall and back again. But anyway, Lorelei, honorable mention at number 10. Number 9, Total War Warhammer 3. That game really fell off for me this year. It's been pretty much the game I mostly play for years and years and years now, and it's approaching the end of its life cycle. They are going currently into the very last cycle of DLC before they move exclusively to focusing on Total War Warhammer 40K, which is the game they just announced. Brand new engine, brand new system, looks crazy. Anyway, Total War Warhammer 3 it kind of lost its spice for me. So it's number 9. Transistor, number 8. I really enjoy that game. I love it. I had fun playing it again. Number 7. So this one's kind of random. I don't think I talked about this game once. It's not a video game. Scum and Villainy. The Blades in the Dark game.
Hell yeah.
That we played this year was so much fun. And I love playing all the RPGs run by our wonderful friend Faden.
Thank you.
Maybe you've heard of them. Faden's just an absolutely masterful game manager, and Scum and Villainy was super duper extremely fun. I played a Bad Rat. I was very bad.
I'll always think about Bad Rat.
Yeah, Bad Rat probably one of my most iconic characters, and I only do iconic characters.
Yeah, that's saying something. Everyone else looks like garbage comparison.
I would not say that.
No, because honestly, Allura sometimes is more of a...
garbage. Yeah, I do garbage characters. That's iconically garbage. Yeah. And this one was an actual rat, so in Star Wars. So anyway, that was an awesome game. I had a lot of fun playing it. And then maybe as an addendum to that, Scum and Villainy itself was the game we were playing, but we finished the universe by smashing our party together with the other party in the shared universe that you were running for a separate game. And we had one last game-ending apocalypse session.
Yeah, world-ending game. Shout out.
World-ending game. Yeah, world-ending game. So that was super fun. Number 6 was Pyre.
Hell yeah.
Really enjoyed Pyre. I'm making us play it next year, so we're all going to be playing Pyre. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see how you approach that game, Max.
I'm so curious to know how I react to it again.
Yeah, a second play is always...
Is that like the basketball game?
Yeah, it is. You mean the best Supergiant game.
And I thought for sure... Yes, so it's basketball. I thought for sure I was going to hate it, and then at first I really, really did, and then something just clicked. And I was like, okay, no, this rules.
No, it's so good. I kind of struggled with it too.
Yeah.
At first,
there are parts I still don't love aesthetically, but overall I think it's a wonderful game, and I can't wait to play it again. Okay, so at this point the numbers are kind of fucked. I don't really number 1 I think is going to be number 1, but 2, 3, and 4 they're all up in the air. You've heard me, and 5. You've heard me whine about these games all night. It's Judero, Citizen Sleeper 2, Dread Delusion, Disco. All 4 of those games are in my top 5. I have really a hard time choosing between them. Initially, my list was Judero at 5, Citizen Sleeper at 4, Dread Delusion at 3, and Disco at 2. I don't know. Those were always loose positions. We did make Judero the game of the year. It means a lot to me, and I love it, but Citizen Sleeper and Dread Delusion both were a lot more fun for me, I think, and I liked their stories more than Judero. I liked the experience of Judero. Judero's very special artistic game, but as games, I think I prefer Disco, Dread, Delusion, and Citizen Sleeper. Disco, I think, overall, between the 3 means the most to me, and so that I think that probably pretty solidly lands as my number 2 game, leaving Dread Delusion and Citizen Sleeper as a toss-up for 3 and 4, honestly. Love those games. And then number 1, for me, this year, Rogue Trader.
Hell yeah.
Rogue Trader was so much fun, and it was so exactly the game I was hoping it could be, and it exceeded my expectations in basically every way. It ended up being so much more than I thought it was going to be. I love it so much. I can't wait to talk about it. We're doing that tomorrow.
We're doing that tomorrow.
Yeah,
look out for a bonus episode where Uncle and I and a guest talk about Rogue Trader.
Nice.
You'll hear me talk about all the reasons why it was my favorite game this year.
It barely missed my top 10.
If you like Baldur's Gate, this is, I think, better in every way. Personally,
this is what
it's on my list.
Rogue Trader is the game I want out of a game like Baldur's Gate in a single player experience, especially.
Yes,
I would never play Rogue Trader with other people.
It is also so far and away the best Warhammer game I've ever played. It's awesome. So that was my number 1 game.
Awesome. What are we playing next month? I have on
too many horses.
We're doing horses.
Yep.
We're playing the game that everyone is being extra weird about. I can't wait to play this game and be like, yeah, I guess it's a little weird, but it's not that weird.
Oh.
Do you have a?
It's just a game about horses.
It's just a game about horses. What can be weird about that?
Yeah.
This is starting the year of scaring the shit out of Faden, which is.
It is?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think all the games I'm picking are scary games.
Yeah.
That's my choice too.
Yes.
My
Yeah.
surreal, freaky, weird games.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I haven't
instill gay
narrowed it
panic for
down
the Robert
completely,
Yang
but
games.
I've got a couple choices.
Totally
That'll
fine.
be fun.
No, keep
Yeah,
doing
okay.
scary games. Let's, break me out of my mold. Maybe I'll start
Okay.
enjoying scary games. I'm like really interested to try. No, I'm not human.
It took me forcing myself to. I'm like, this is a genre of games that I've been blocked off because I felt like I've been too scared to play, and
Yeah.
forcing myself to do it has opened me to like, this is so much fun. I love being scared.
Yeah, I went from being the world's most scared person to someone who's basically never scared ever.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to try this new genre myself because I really don't have a lot of experience playing spooky, scary games.
Should
And
we
I don't know how actually scary all these games that I'm going to recommend are, but
should we play the original Silent Hill?
It's an
Original
option.
Silent Hill. I'd play it. I haven't played any of the
I've
Silent
never
Hill
played
games.
any of the Silent Hill games.
I played a couple of them randomly at like friends' sleepovers, but never any of them all the way through at all.
Okay,
Maybe this is spooky, scary year.
Yeah.
2026
Silent
is going to be scary.
Hill. Should we do Resident Evil 1 remake?
Ugh.
Yikes.
Oh wow!
that
Instant rejection.
Yeah, that
Well,
sounds
look,
crunchy.
I like Resident Evil games, and I've played most of the remakes. I don't think I've ever played the remake of the first one.
I played the first one only, and it's very good. It did scare me, but I for some odd reason Resident Evil is my blind spot unless it's 7. 7 makes me too freaked out.
Oh, Biohazard?
Yeah.
That was the first one I played.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because I was like, this game looks scary, and I needed that. That was like that. That was my introduction to scary games, and I'm like, I was definitely spooked a lot. But
We should discuss this later. I'm realizing though.
yes,
Yeah.
We don't need to. Next month is horses. That's the only one that matters.
Yeah.
we're playing horses,
And we're going to be playing a Silent Hill game, which that's exciting for me.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyone have anything they want to plug and promote? You can follow me on Blue Sky. Look for Faden Cross. I have like a little Yoshi in the box, circle, whatever. You can ask me questions there too.
Ooh, yeah.
Listen to the Lost and the Damned podcast if you want to hear queer opinions about Warhammer and people make fun of the horse heresy. We're getting pretty good at attracting hate. It's great.
But also, I won't lie, we're doing some of our best critique work, I think, ever. We're really getting into these books.
Yeah, reading is good for your thinking brain. It makes your talking words sound gooder.
Even when you read kind of trash. You should read good books too,
yes.
though.
Especially when you read trash.
Don't read all of the Horus Heresy. There are so many books.
No, do exactly what we do. And make a podcast about it. There should be everyone who reads the book should make their own podcast.
That'd be
about
so
it.
funny. You know what? I do endorse that. Only if you're cool, though.
Yep. That's my plug. Make your own Warhammer podcast.
My monthly plug of road rules and what to do. When there's snow on the ground and you're driving on it, it takes longer to brake. So please drive accordingly to the weather. God damn it. That's it.
Yep. Yeah, just extra braking speed. Also, be sure
Yeah.
to always carry a blanket with you, too, in case you get stuck in the snow. Always have a blanket in the car.
And it's cold.
Yep. We were told we were a pretty civic-minded game podcast, which is very funny
They
to
really
me.
are. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome.
All right, until next month, everyone. Bye.
Get
Bye,
out of
love you.
here.
You're You're way too familiar.